Welcome. You are listening to What on Earth is Happening. This show will discuss the topics of human consciousness, mind control, natural law, the occult, and all issues that affect the freedom of the people of Earth. What on Earth is Happening will endeavor to shine light upon the darkness of our world and to offer empowering solutions to the problems we face as humanity approaches its critical moment of choice. And now, here is your host, Mark Passio.
Welcome, one and all. You're watching What on Earth is Happening. I'm your host, Mark Passio. My website, whatonearthishappening.com. Ladies and gentlemen, government is slavery. Always has been, is now, always will be until the end of time or until we end it. And here on What on Earth is Happening, we are ending slavery one mind at a time. For those who aren't hard-headed enough. Thank you and welcome. Thank you for tuning in today. Today is Sunday, March 17th, 2024. This is episode number 287 of What on Earth is Happening. We're going to be continuing the ongoing series called The Unholy Feminine, Neo-Feminism, and the Satanic Epi-Eugenics Agenda. This is part 9 of that mini-series today. I'm doing an extended and revisited version of the Unholy Feminine presentation that I gave back in the year 2016, 8 years ago, that is still, to this day, not understood, not integrated, not spread properly throughout the freedom community. There are still imbeciles out there that insist that the things that I'm talking about in this presentation are just human nature and it's just the way things are. And Mark, why are you raging against just the way things are in nature? And they're just imbecilic fools who don't understand that this isn't the way things are in nature. This is the mind-controlled, brainwashed, socially engineered condition of dumb humanity. And I'm the one who's attacked and targeted for explaining this dynamic to people from an insider's perspective, working with the social engineers who are doing this and giving the imbecilic human race the playbook of the social engineers from a complete insider's perspective. Like the coach of a football team defecting and walking across the field and handing the playbook of one team to the other team and then slapping it out of the hands of the opposing coach and saying, take your fucking bullshit elsewhere. We don't want to hear that. That's what my life has been, trying to teach this material for the last 8 years, trying to teach all of my material for the last 17. It's a hard-headed imbecile race that doesn't want to learn. And if you're one of the hard-heads and you don't want to listen to me and go back to podcast number 1 because you think you're going to understand really deeply and completely what I talk about in the later episodes, or if you're going to understand whatsoever why I have raging anger at the hard-headed, thick-skulled, ignoramus population, you're not going to get it. And you're just going to think I'm raving at something that I'm angry about personally and not understand what I've been trying to do for 17 fucking years. So if you are a new listener, don't watch this episode. Go back to podcast number 1 and don't watch 287 until you've watched and listened to all 286 that have preceded it. Then you might understand. Or you might be one of the people that I'm yelling and screaming at every fucking week that watched and listened and still did nothing. This is who I'm angry about. I'm not angry at the people who have truly learned the lessons. I'm not angry at the people who have truly incorporated the information. I'm not angry at the people who have done something with the knowledge that they've learned as part of watching this or researching other material. I'm angry at all the fucking do-nothing morons out there that sit and complain that I'm angry because you've done nothing. Think about it. You would rather complain about me being angry about your lack of courage and action rather than actually do something. That's how fucktarded you are. Okay? That's why I get pissed these days. That's why I'm not in a good mood these days. The other thing I want to tell my viewing audience is, at any given time, What on Earth is Happening may have to go on hiatus for a while because, again, I'm dealing with personal problems within my family, with health issues within my family. That's all I'm prepared to say about it right now. I don't want to make the show about that. And at any given time, I may have to take a hiatus from broadcasting. So just be prepared for not seeing me on live on Sunday because I'm dealing with that. People are largely inconsiderate jerk-offs because when I'm telling you that I'm going through that and I'm telling you it's a difficult time for me, you're still just fucking punching down on me like the assholes that you are in the whole freedom community, you know? Just punching down on other fucking people because you have no empathy or compassion. It isn't me that doesn't have empathy or compassion. As I've said, my entire fucking life has been one huge act of empathy and compassion for others and for the truth. It's idiots that can't hear what I'm saying that are the problem. I am not the problem. Jerk-offs out there that insist that my anger is the problem. I'm not the problem. You're the fucking problem. You're the problem. Your inaction is the problem. Your ignorance, your continued ignorance is the problem. Your resistance to the truth is the problem. Your resistance to natural law is the problem. Your resistance to understanding social engineering and the occult is the problem. Your ego being in the way is the problem. Mark Pastio's anger is not the problem. For living in a world of fucking imbeciles, for living in a world of cowards, for living in a world of fucking lazy fucking people that don't want to get up off their lazy fucking ass and take action in the real world. All the fucking cowards that have no faith in themselves. You're the fucking problem, not Mark Passio and his anger. Let's get that straight, imbeciles. Okay? And no, I'm not just berating people. No, I'm not just lashing out at people. I'm telling all the people who have watched and listened and have done nothing that you are the perpetrators and continuators of human slavery through your laziness, your cowardness, and your inaction. Let's get that perfectly clear in everybody's fucking mind. And you're still the kind of jerk-offs that want to go on social media and complain that the truth that I'm speaking in righteous anger is the problem instead of your fucking cowardliness and laziness. You're the fucking problem, not me. Let's get that very clear, and let's talk about it in person when you see me. Tell me I'm the problem. I'd love to see what happens. I'd love to see the scenario that plays out. If someone comes up to my face and tells me my righteous anger is the problem and not their bullshit laziness and cowardness being the problem. Okay? Find out. Okay? You won't do it because you're a fucking loser-ass coward in fake life, splattering your verbal diarrhea all over the keyboard. You wouldn't dare do it to my face. So come and prove me wrong and do it to my face and watch what fucking happens. And people think I'm talking shit and playing. It's not ego. It's not talking shit. You'll find the fuck out. You know, because I'm done with this community. This community is the problem. This community is the problem because you've amounted to nothing when you should know better because you're lazy bullshitters. You don't do anything. All you'd want to do is absorb. You want to take. You're just fucking takers. You're vampires. You're just fucking takers. And I am talking to all the people. You type your name into a search engine. What teaching material is out there? What have you done? What have you contributed? You're lazy, cowardly losers that have done nothing. You're lazy, cowardly losers that have done nothing. And I'm going to keep saying it every fucking week. And I don't apologize for anything that I've said. I have nothing to apologize for because I am speaking the truth and I am correct. And my anger is righteous. It's right in the pocket. It's right in the bullseye, and it's directly directed at the people who deserve it. It's directed at the people who deserve it. You're lazy losers who have done nothing. And that's why slavery continues, and you're the reason for it. It isn't the global elitists. It's you complaining about people who have done something for the last 17 fucking years while you've sat on your ass with your hand jammed up your asshole. And you've done nothing because you're a coward and you're a lazy fucking loser. And you don't have any will or drive. And that's why the Satanists of this world are destroying your ass. That's why they're eating you. And they're going to eat your fucking family. And they're going to eat your fucking children. And that's what you deserve, and that's what your children are going to fucking deserve as a result of the sins of the fucking parents. That's what's going to happen to them. You're going to put them right into the mouth of Molech, right into the fires of Molech, because that's what you're bringing down upon your own children and all the generations of children that come after us. You're bringing that fate down upon them because of your cowardice and your laziness as pieces of shit. Who don't want to listen, who don't want to learn, who don't want to get their ego out of the way, and don't want to act in the fucking world. You want to be a fucking energy-sucking fucking vampire. And just take and take and take and never contribute back. And again, the gauge is put your fucking name into a search engine wrapped in double quotes, put double quotes around your name, put it into any search engine you like, and see what fucking teaching material you have that's been given freely to the public. You have shit. You have nothing. And that's 99.9% of you. To the 0.1% that does have a bunch of teaching material out there in the world, in the universe, and you're trying to reach other people's minds, congratulations and thank you. You're my compatriots, you're my peers in the one great work. To anybody that doesn't, you're the fucking problem. You're the problem. And let's not try to switch it up in reverse roles and tell me I'm the problem for being angry at your laziness, inaction, and cowardliness. No, that's incorrect. I'm correct. What I'm saying is the truth, and I don't apologize for saying it ever. When I'm wrong, I'll tell you that I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm correct. I have the analysis correct. I have the dynamic analyzed properly, and you do not. And it's going to be a confrontational thing every fucking week unless I decide that if I perceive that the situation is changing correctly, then I'll change and I'll say you're doing a good job. Until then, I'm going to tell you what a horrible fucking job you're doing, because that's the truth. That's the truth of the matter, and nobody else will tell you because they're fucking cowards. And they want to give you the Ralph Wiggum, we're winning! We're winning! Where is Ralph? Let's bring Ralph in. Let's bring him into the show. Hey, Ralph, how you doing? We're winning! Don't you know? We're winning! This is the most imbecilic phrase in the human vocabulary. We're winning. What are we winning at? What the fuck are we winning? We're winning at being lazy fucking losers. That's what we're really winning. We are we are universal fucking, undisputed universal fucking champion at being lazy fucking cowards. Let me tell you that we're winning at that. Humanity's really winning at that. You know? Prove me wrong. Show me how it's supposed to be done. Show me all your wonderful methods of teaching. Show me how you're explaining natural law so perfectly to others that they're no longer fucking moral relativists. You know, I may not do the unholy feminine. Maybe I'll do what I did on Jay Parker's show on Thursday evening. And I'll repeat all of the results of the social experiment we did just before Mark Passio and the Science of Natural Law documentary was released in 2020 or 2021, whenever. In 2019, we did social experiments showing where the consciousness of humanity is at. You think it changed positively after COVID? Those results are deeper in the shitter than they ever were. 7 out of 10 people moral relativists. 3/4 of people believe in governmental authority or more. Almost everybody, 3/4 of fucking people believe that the right to defend yourself with firearms is not a natural human right. 2/3 of people saying free will doesn't exist. This is where humanity's at in their fucking brains, in their fucking loser-ass minds. And what are you doing to teach them any better? You know what you're doing? You're sitting, watching endlessly. You're a passive participant because that's what Hollywood brainwashed you to be. Or you're a jackass critic loser who doesn't do anything, who doesn't act to themselves, who only complains about other. You watch other fucking people who are active on the playing field and you complain. You're a loser armchair quarterback sitting with your thumb deep up your fucking asshole and complaining about the job other people are doing while you're doing exactly squat nothing. Because you're a fucking loser. That's what losers do. Losers don't try. Losers are cowards who sit in their fucking house and watch other people actually do something in life. That's why humanity's not winning. That's why we're a bunch of fucking losers being enslaved. Because we have a losing fucking team. We don't have any winning fucking players. We don't have any people who are driven. And the universe rewards drive. It rewards will. It rewards action. It rewards determination. And our team doesn't have those things. We have complainers and losers and inactive cowards who don't believe in themselves, who don't try, who don't want to fucking get off their lazy ass and fucking do something. No, because you want your comfort. You want to blame it on external factors. You want to point the finger outward when you're doing squat balls. That's exactly what your efforts amount to. And you want to tell me I'm the fucking problem for telling people the truth of the matter regarding that? Go fuck yourself. I'm telling the truth. That's what I do on the air every week. And I'm telling you the truth that you're the problem. I'm not the problem. I've been doing something for 17 years. I've cleaned out all the mental viruses out of my psyche. You have not. You still don't even understand the very cruxes of what on earth is happening is. You don't get the main conceptual ideas of this entire podcast series because you don't really listen. You're not really present. You don't really show up. You're not really taking it in. You think you're taking it in. It's an illusion in your mind. You're not really learning. 99% of you are not really learning anything because you don't know how to quiet the mind. Shut the fuck up and listen. You're not really listening. You're not really present. If you were present, you'd be doing something. If you were present, you would be truly learning the true cruxes of this information. The things that are the most important dynamics of it. And the most important dynamics are true objective morality, how natural law works to bring us the consequences of our behavioral choices and what we do in life. And then, most of all, as one of the biggest parts of the solution, the understanding of that which is truly nature and that which is not. The distinguishing between the natural versus the artificial, between what is natural and what is embedded in the fabric of the universe versus what is conditioned and what is mind control and what is social engineering. Instead of people saying, that's just nature. Here we go. Here's the fucking imbecile expert that comes on every week. Emails me every week, posts on social media. Take your bullshit elsewhere. I'm not interested in your bullshit. You're wrong. You've been wrong. You're eternally wrong. Here's what the expert who pops up on my bullshit social media feed and says, oh, Mark, it's just nature. Let me see if I can get the voice exactly right. It's just nature. You're at war against nature, Mark, because that's just the way things are. It's just the way it's the way humanity's always been. It's just human nature. And you're spewing your verbal fucking shit all over the place. And you know what it is? It's harmful. It's harmful. That's the only way that it can be put. You're so wrong. You're so incorrect. You're so brainwashed. You're so socially engineered. You're so fucking dumb that you're a harm to yourself and to everybody around you when you speak. Stop doing harm by spreading deception and lies. It's a deliberate, harmful lie and deception that what's taking place is just human nature. You're incorrect. You don't have the grammar. You don't have the information that you need. You're operating in your mind from an information deficit. You don't have all of the eclectically gathered data that you required to come to an informed understanding of it from a logical perspective. And you don't have the mind, you haven't built the mind that is capable of that level of analysis. You speak out of ill-educated, lacking the data, uninformed bullshit opinion that does not amount to squat compared to people who have actually done the research and lived it in their lives and made it their life. You're an uninformed slob. Most people who insist that the things I'm talking about are nature. You don't understand the difference between nature and condition. And that's one of the cruxes of what I've been teaching for 17 years here, that imbecilic morons who actually tune in on a weekly basis still have not understood. And they prove to me, it is proven to me over and over by what is written to me. It is proven to me over and over by what is posted, by what I see everywhere throughout the entire freedom community, by conversations that I have with people. It is proven to me that you don't listen, that you don't research on your own, that you don't understand, that these ideas of human nature have been obliterated scientifically. And I'm not even talking about, you want to talk, government-funded science. I get it. Yeah, it's not real science. It's been obliterated in every avenue of science and every avenue of true logical thought for 150 years by any intelligent being, that the current condition of humanity is not our nature. The thing is, you're not privy to all of the new discoverings that have happened in the last 150 years, because you do not learn about, and you do not read about, and you do not integrate the newly emerging understanding of human epigenetics. You're not going to hear about it in the mainstream media. You're not going to hear about it in the mainstream alternative media. You got to go to places that are going to deeply research the origins of what is happening. That's what on earth is happening is all about. To understand the current condition, you got to go into the past, and you got to understand what created it. You got to understand its causal factors. And that's what we have. We have people just grasping at fucking straws everywhere. They don't understand any of the causal factors. They want to analyze the condition endlessly over and over and over and say, that's just the way that it is, Mark. Instead of looking at the causal factors, and in order to understand those, you got to go back into the ancient past, and you got to understand what made humanity this way. And you got to understand epigenetics. You got to understand social engineering and mind control. And that's what this whole series is about. And once again, the people who are the most resistant to understanding the dynamic of the unholy feminine, neo-feminism, Satanism, epi-eugenics, how men are being weakened, are men themselves. This presentation is not so much for women as it is for men, as I've said many times. And men are the most resistant to it. You're the ones getting fucked hardest by it. You're the ones getting fucked up by it. You're the ones getting put in the deepest chains by it. And you're still the most asinine resistant to the understanding of this knowledge. What does that mean? In any logically thinking being's mind, what does that mean? Don't you think it means you deserve what you have? Don't you think it means you deserve what's coming to you? You deserve all of it in spades. You don't deserve anything better than what you have. You haven't learned the integral lessons. You haven't passed them along. You don't have any work of your own. You're lazy. You're inactive. You're not driven. You're cowardly. You're weak. You don't speak. You don't speak truth to power. You don't speak truth into the universe. You deserve everything you have, and you deserve everything that's coming to you and your children. And I'll say it right to your face, in person. Thank you to Will Keller for making great artwork, title cards every week. This is this week's card for show number 287. I'm going to do some housekeeping announcements, then we'll move into the material. We're on a 3-hour format, January through June. We're simulcasting on 10 platforms. What on Earth is Happening? One Great Work Network, Telegram, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, X, Rumble, Odyssey, and DLive. I have 5 presentations being released. I am almost finished. I have a few graphics left to make for the presentation of these 5 videos via DVD and flash drive. And I then have to start the manufacturing process in-house. So I'll have to be burning discs, cutting out covers, putting them all together, making, copying flash drives digitally, making the keychains for the flash drives. It's a big process. And for this many videos at once, since 2023, especially the second half, was so busy, I did not have the opportunity to do this last year, especially because of all the research and creation of slides that I was doing for my 8-hour magnum opus called Two Masks, which we'll get to in a moment. These are the 5 videos. They're going to be released all at the same time in What on Earth is Happening donation gifts area of my website. I'm going to say, my goal is by April 1st. Now, I don't know if I can exactly stick to that, but I'm going to do my damnedest to get that done by April 1st. Okay? So within the next 2 weeks, I'm going to say we will have all 5 of these videos. I'm going to release 10 products on gifts at once. It will be 5 DVDs and 5 flash drives, and these are the titles. Government is Slavery, a presentation that I gave back in May of 2023 at the Great Create event in Perry, Georgia. So this is about how government is just a euphemism for slavery, broken down in very easy and simple to understand terms for the beginner. And it's only 1 hour. Almost all of these are short form presentations with the exception of Two Masks, which is just shy of 8 hours. It's just under the 8-hour time limit, 8-hour mark. Okay. The second presentation that'll be coming out is called The Real 7 Deadly Sins. This is an analysis of the 7 deadly sins as taught by the church and then contrasted with the true transgressions against natural law to see how completely different those dynamics are and how religion is a big bunch of bullshit lies taught to people, and they're telling them that these are the actual things you shouldn't engage in when they don't actually harm others. Yes, they could debase the self and debauch the self, but if somebody wants to go take drugs, that's their decision, that's their problem, that's their vice. If they want to go mess themselves up on a substance that's dangerous to them, if they're not putting that substance into somebody else's body, if they're not conducting violence against anybody else, it's not a crime. Morons, it's a vice. And I still have people fighting me on this. People are still fighting in 2024. They're in such moral relativism through religious bullshit belief systems that they're still fighting with me, who has taught the world morality more than any... I've taught the world true morality better than every religion that has ever existed on the face of the earth combined 1,000 times over. If you put every religious teaching in the world together from every religion that has ever existed and you amplified it by 1,000 times in the whole history of the world, I've taught morality far better than that. And you don't believe that? then you're a dunce who hasn't really understood what I've taught or why I've taught it. And still to this fucking day in the modern world, in 2024, I have jerk-offs telling me that the so-called sins of the fucking Catholic Church are the real 7 deadly sins, you fucking imbecile morons. I mean, this is how dumb humanity is, and this is the problem. And you know why they still believe it? Because people haven't learned natural law and told them what dumb, fucktarded idiots they are. And they want to just let it go. They don't want to get up in people's face. This is the problem, is that people won't get up in people's face like I'm doing right now. They won't get up in people's face about what fucking imbecilic, immoral morons other people are. They want to just not rock the boat. They don't want to fucking, rock the water. They want to just stay in that condition. And that's what's led to slavery. That's what's led to the deep condition of slavery we are all in. Is people not wanting to say what jerk-offs other people are, not wanting to say what dumb imbeciles they are, not wanting to say, how could you be so fucking naive to believe in the bullshit of your fucking bullshit religion that you cling on to? You're in a box of consciousness. You're in a box for your consciousness. And you don't understand the truth is being hidden from you. It's right in front of your eyes and you can't see it because you're locked into your bullshit religion. I don't want to hear about your religion. Stop telling me about your bullshit Christianity. Stop telling me about your bullshit Judaism. Stop telling me about your bullshit Islam. I'm not converting to your bullshit because it's all shit. It's all mind control. It's all fucking garbage. There's only one truth, and that's natural law. You can't see it because you're dumb. I can see it because I'm intelligent. That's all it boils down to, boys and girls. Nothing else. You're just dumb. You're just dumb, son. You're just dumb. That's all it comes down to. And that's what this is telling people. You believe in your bullshit religion. You can't see the truth about how natural law operates, and that's why you're enslaved, moron. And then you don't want to acknowledge that because you're too much in ego, and you don't want to teach that to other fucking people. Because you're a lazy fucking coward who doesn't want to speak the truth out into the world and put any skin in the game of freedom. That's why we're dealing with all losers on our team. I'm not going to come here and lie to people and blow smoke up your fucking asshole that we're winning. We're not winning. We're getting our asses crushed. Crushed. And if you think we're winning, you're a naive fucking dumb fucking fool. To say that term, you gotta be a naive jackass. And I'll say it to anybody who has said it. I've never told people we're winning. When there's small improvements, I'll tell you there's a small improvement. There's hardly any improvements. We're going backwards. This world is going backwards in consciousness, not forward. Because we believe in bullshit, we believe in lies, we believe in politics, we believe in authority, we believe in bullshit religion, we believe in false morality, we believe in false spirituality, we believe in illusions everywhere. Tell people the truth. You're responsible for your own behavior. You got to learn the true difference between right and wrong. You got to recognize the workings of natural law and how it brings the consequences to all of humanity and determines whether it's free or enslaved. No, crucify that motherfucker. That's what they want to do with every fucking teacher and every speaker of the fucking truth. Torture them and fucking kill them. And almost all of my viewing audience, with a tiny, tiny, tiny pissant handful of exceptions, which I love those exceptions, you guys make it worth doing, okay? And you could say, I'm not referring to you when I'm talking about the losers and morons out there, because you have integrated the lessons and you've done something with the knowledge. That's what power is. Power is converting knowledge into action. 99.999% of my viewership, you've done zero. You've made no improvements. You haven't tried. You've sat back on your ass. You look at this like it's a fucking curiosity. You look at this like it's a form of fucking entertainment. I I observe and hear everything. You think I don't know what you guys actually fucking think and say? I don't make it a timely pursuit. I don't make it a time-consuming pursuit. See, as opposed to you, my intuition is spot on excellent. I have phenomenal thin slicing. Phenomenal. What Malcolm Gladwell talks about in the book Blink, which everybody who has ever watched any one of these shows should have read and should deeply understand why I'm angry at people who thin slice my information or try to thin slice aspects of the world's information and believe that they can come to an accurate answer when your brain is already fucked up, son. When your brain is already fucked up, little girl. Your brains are fucked up, and you think you can accurately thin slice information. That's why just about anybody in any of the institutions of the world, teachers are terrible thin slicers. You have shit for intuition. People in finance, you're terrible thin slicers. You have shit for intuition. People in government, you're terrible thin slicers. Shit for intuition. And you know where some of the biggest shit for intuition comes from? It comes from cops and military. You guys are probably the second worst thin slicers in the world. You have an almost completely deteriorated intuitive capacity. You have none of the aspects of intuition in the right brain are active in your holistic intelligence. You don't have holistic intelligence. And your thin slicing is the second deepest in the shitter that there is. You know whose thin slicing is the deepest in the shitter? You're worse than the cops. You're worse than all the fucking rat fucking pigs out there that people laughingly call police. The worst thin slicers are the people in the freedom community. You have the most devastated intuition out of anybody I've ever fucking seen. Your intuition is so in the shitter, you're never going to be able to plunge it the fuck out of the shitter. You don't understand how to thin slice anything because you're not present. You're not fully present. You're not really integrating the knowledge and the lesson. Your ego's in the way. The problem is you guys have never actually been in the world of occultism. You can't really understand who the enemy is. And like Sun Tzu said in The Art of War, you have to know yourself and you have to know who your enemy is, in any war, in any battle, in any combat situation. If you don't know either one of those, if you have one but not the other, well, if you have neither, you're going to lose every battle. You're going to lose every conflict. You're going to lose every combat situation if you don't have that knowledge. If you have one but not the other, you're going to lose at least half of your battles, maybe more. You're going to win and lose haphazardly. But if you truly know yourself and you truly know your enemy, you'll win at all conflict. You'll win at all battles. You'll win at all spiritual battles, physical battles, etc. And this is what this community doesn't understand, because you don't truly delve deep within. You don't truly know who you are. You don't know your psyche. You don't know how it operates. You don't know what you have to do to stop making it be devastated shit. You don't know how to clean it up. You don't do the shadow work. You don't know how to do the shadow work. You're lazy. You're incompetent. You don't develop skills. And you're the people who have heard the information, so you should know better. And that's why I'm harder on you than anybody else. You're the worst of the worst because you should know better. You're a class that should be the AP class, except you're operating in the remedial class. That's why I'm so hard on this community. This community should be the champions of freedom. And you should be championing all of humanity into the philosophy of freedom and natural law and objective morality. And you are failing miserably. I've told people from the very beginning, this isn't just about me hearing myself talk. I've told people from the very beginning, I cannot do this work by myself. I've told people from the very beginning, this message needs to be amplified and carried to the four corners of the world. And since the very first day, I've been screaming this message over and over and over and over and over. The morons in my voice, within the sphere of my voice, within my community, will not listen. You're all up in your fucking heads. You're not enough in your bodies. You're not enough in action. You're in a deep state of inaction. You're in a deep state of cowardliness. You're in a deep state of not trying. You're in a deep state of not practicing the techniques that I've explained and showed and show in my seminar. This is why I'm angry. This is why I'm pissed off at this community. I'm not berating anybody. I am telling the truth to an entire community of people that should know better. Don't tell me I'm berating anyone. I'm speaking the exact truth of the matter as to why this very community is part of the problem and is not helping to solve the problem, because you look at this as a curiosity and a form of entertainment, because you've been conditioned and brainwashed to be a passive weakling loser and not a strong-willed doer of great deeds. All you know how to do is sit on your ass, be lazy, wish for comfort, and try to get into a zone of comfort and stay there like the coward that you fucking are. And it hurts you, your butt hurt, that I'm calling you on your bullshit. Your butt hurt that I'm the one doing something, and I'm the one who has been teaching the truth of the matter that humanity needs to know and understand to become free, and you've been doing exactly zero. Let's get it straight. The problem does not lie with Mark Passio and his anger over inactive losers among the freedom community of all places, the place where the most action should be coming from and the most teaching should be coming from. That's not where the problem lies, losers. The problem lies in your cowardly inaction. The problem lies in you not trying. The problem lies in you not teaching. The problem lies in you not doing. You're the perpetuators of slavery along with the police and military. Throughout the world, it's the police, it's the military, and it's the dumb, inactive, cowardly, lazy motherfuckers who should know better, who aren't doing anything. Let's get it straight. That's who perpetuates slavery. The order followers and the people who have heard the lessons and will not do anything with the lessons. And you're just a butthurt fucking little baby, childly fucking cowardly loser who's butthurt that I'm telling you the truth of who you are. The real seven deadly sins is all about the bullshit that the church teaches and then contrasting it with the true seven deadly sins, which are the real transgressions against natural law, against objective morality. That was originally, let me step back, that was originally given at Freedom Under Natural Law 3 conference back in June of 2023. The third video that's going to be released in the next couple of weeks is technology's critical role in the war for freedom. And by the way, folks, this is what I've been doing non-stop, is just making layouts, making graphics, putting this work out there, getting this out into the world, preparing it, making it look aesthetically attractive so I could make DVDs and flash drives, etc. Nobody sees the work that I do behind the scenes. I showed a few people what I do, and it's like, that's what you do for just making one video, and you're putting out 5 simultaneously. Every single title that I put out, I'm going to tell you what it requires. It requires 4 individually created layout documents, which are actually placed text and graphics in a graphical layout environment. From there, I have to make 4 PDFs of those layouts. So it's 4 layouts, 4 PDFs of the layouts. From there, I have to make 9 web-based graphics, JPEGs essentially, compressed JPEGs, for each product that I put in gifts. So it's 9 graphics, 4 layouts, 4 PDFs. That's 17 images for each product. And I have 5 products. That's 85 images have to be made. And if you see the process that goes into making one of them, you'll understand I practically do nothing else but deal with having to do all the ancillary components. I can't just kick back research presentations and then make the presentation and deliver it. That's what I should be doing as a researcher and presenter. But no. Not only do I have to do that, I have to make all the graphics. I have to make all the layouts. I have to make all the products for the store. I have to do all the coding for all of that stuff. I have to do all the webmastering for all of that stuff. I don't have any technical help when it comes to that, and I don't need it from another place. I've explained over and over and over and over and over that I need in-house help. I want to work in-house. I need people who have access to my intranet. I don't want to open up firewall ports and give the outside world access to my intranet. That's why it's a secure intranet on my LAN and not on the internet. I need a person who works in-house with graphics and video, who has those skills. And I have a couple of people who are in the process of beginning the work of developing those skills, but that doesn't mean that you have it in hand. I need expert level skills with tech, with troubleshooting, with networking, with graphics, with video. And I have some of it. I have some help. It's just not enough to free me from doing this stuff. I want to research and present, and I'll put out 10 presentations a year. With all the other technical duties and teaching duties that I have, I still put out 5 presentations in the last year. What the fuck have you done? This is 3 out of 5. Technology's critical role in the war for freedom. Explaining the dynamic of how you have to learn and understand and practice and become good at publishing and communications technology through computing to put the work out into the world. In order to put the great work and the truth out into the world, if you're not technologically savvy, you can't do that. And if you don't have and know how to fucking use a computer to great tactical advantage, you don't have a fucking gun to shoot at the enemy, ideologically, philosophically. This is like in a real kinetic war, in a phys war, not knowing how to use a fucking battle rifle. You don't know how to fucking pull the trigger. You don't know how to fucking point. You don't know how to aim. You don't know how to pull the trigger. You don't know how to fucking secure the stock against your shoulder. You know nothing. This is what this is the equivalent to. You don't know how to shoot at the fucking enemy if you don't know technology. And I'm talking to, once again, 99.999% of my own audience. And you wonder why I'm upset. You're incapable of doing anything with what I've shown you. You won't learn. You won't practice. You're resistant to it. You want your comfort. You want somebody else to do it for you. You don't want to get on the battlefield. You want to have a proxy on the battlefield. You think I can represent you on the battlefield. Your ass is getting killed. I don't represent you on the battlefield. I represent and present myself on the battlefield. That's what I'm charged to do, and that's what I'm doing. You're not doing it. Because you want the comfort and you want the illusion that you're free of the responsibility for doing that. And there is no such thing of being free of that responsibility. You either know that this is the solution, or you're somebody who just has not been fucking paying attention, or worse, you're a person who just doesn't fucking care enough. And that doesn't make you mistaken. That doesn't make you a little bit misled. That makes you fucking evil. That's why I'm angry. I am really talking to evil people. Ignorance is evil. You're not getting that. You don't believe that. You believe I'm incorrect. You believe all of the wisest ancient mystery traditions of the world that told people that to remain ignorant is to be evil. You believe they're incorrect. You'll believe all other kinds of fucking bullshit about what's active in the world, what's going on. You'll believe all kind of fucking nonsense, But you won't accept the basic truth that to remain ignorant and to remain cowardly and to remain inactive is to be evil. This is why I'm so angry. Fucktarded people out there who can't really comprehend and process my anger. You don't get it because you're dead. There's an aspect of you that's dead inside. You don't care enough. You're not truly fucking alive. You're not truly present. You don't really have the heart active. You believe you have the heart active, and it's an illusion. It's an illusion. This is what it is to have the heart active. To do, to act, to teach others is what it means to have the heart active, because you know the requirements for freedom and you're fulfilling them. You're not just saying you're a caring person. You're a bullshitter. You're a bullshitty bullshitter. And then people want to complain that I don't have empathy. Imagine this. Because I talk a little nasty to fucking people who are lazy, inactive fucking cowards. Because, I don't have the right to talk to them like that, right? No. They're the one enslaving themselves, enslaving me, and enslaving everybody the fuck else in their ignorance and inaction. And I don't have the right to talk a little nasty to them. That's the problem. Me being angry at they're doing nothing is the problem. No, but they'll go and complain. Passio dropped like 17 F-bombs in 5 minutes. Here's another one. Go fuck yourself. Take your bullshit elsewhere. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. It's my show. Go get your own show and have a perfectly clean show for children. This isn't a show for fucking children. This is a show for people who should understand by now the causal factors of human slavery and should be doing something about it. Instead of watching. You're energy vampires. You do nothing but suck. You ask for more and more and more, and you don't deserve any more. You don't deserve what you've been given. You've been given this. You've been given this to the extent that it makes it infinitely easier for you than it was for me to do all this research and to gather all this knowledge and to truly integrate it and know it from a truly logical perspective and then to be able to present it. I know it well enough I can present it in my fucking sleep. You guys still are at, it's just human nature, Mark. That's where you're still at. All of the people out there that still don't understand there's a technological component to the solution of doing the great work of teaching natural law and objective morality. The tech solution is being able to publish all of that knowledge and communicate it out into the world in a wide way. And there's where 99.999% of all of my viewership in this whole community, you're just lazy, inactive, skillless losers. That's why I'm so angry. You don't do anything. You say you have the knowledge up here, and you don't. Because if you really had the knowledge up here, you'd be understand what I'm telling you, that it has to get put back out into the world. And since almost all of you aren't doing that, that means you don't really fucking know. You haven't really heard the message. You're so fucking hard-headed and egotistical, and you're so in a fucking land of delusion and illusion, you believe you've learned it. You believe you've integrated it, and you haven't learned a fucking thing since day one. And then you want to say the problem lies with the teacher of the message. No, it does not, loser. It lies with the fucking bullshit mind of the student that has not prepared their mind properly for the reception and integration of the lesson. Let's get it straight. Get your fucking loser-ass ego out of the way and hear what has been said since day one. And stop trying to turn the finger and point it outward. I can point it outward because I've done the fucking shadow work. My whole body of work is the proof that I've gotten the message, integrated it, and then done the requirement. My body of work is the proof of that. Where's yours? It's nowhere to be found because you never got the lesson, and you're not trying, and you're remaining in the comfort zone, and you're remaining a lazy, anonymous coward. A lazy, anonymous coward. I want this term to echo in your mind when you're falling the fuck asleep, and I want it to torment you so that you can't fucking sleep at night. You're a lazy, anonymous coward, and that makes you evil. That makes you complicit with evil. That makes you partaking of the evil. You're a lazy, anonymous coward. And if you really hear what I'm saying in the presentation called Technology's Critical Role in the War for Freedom, you will stop being a lazy, anonymous coward. You will learn what you need to learn. You will understand that that is part of the requirement that needs to be fulfilled for humanity to have true freedom. And you will get up off your ass and start teaching this material instead of just endlessly listening and sucking like the fucking loser-ass energy vampire that you are. Number 4 presentation that will be being released in the next 2 weeks is one of my great works. Two Masks, Same Face, The Dark Occult Origins of Nazism and Communism. This is the DVD cover and flash drive cover being seen for the first time anywhere. Okay? I just completed this artwork yesterday, as a matter of fact. Two Masks, Same Face, The Dark Occult Origins of Nazism and Communism. One of my greatest presentations to date. 8 hours long of teaching material that you could research for 80,000 hours, okay, and still not exhaust the material. You could there are people in this presentation that I guarantee you, almost all of them are almost entirely unknown by 100% of my viewers. You will not have heard of almost, I'm going to say 95% of the people the occultists that I talk about in this video, in this presentation. It is some of the most occulted stuff in the history of humanity. It's all about all of the secret societies, the occult networks, the fraternal orders, the political secret societies that paved the way and were the origins and starting points of the two most dangerous totalitarian ideologies that have existed in the modern era, Nazism and communism. And I explain how they are both two masks on the same face of Satanism and dark occultism in general. This is one of my great works. It's a magnum opus in and of itself. The research that went into this, the time that went into this, the care that went into this, the detail that went into this is one of my great works that I have put out. To even eclectically gather this and put it in a somewhat of a linear progression so that people can understand it in a logical progression in their own mind is an achievement unto itself with this presentation. I will be releasing this on DVD and flash drive with the other 4 videos. I'm going to tell you the last one in a moment, the 5th out of 5. And after I do put it out for free, I will also be releasing this on the InfoWars network called Band.video. So I will be releasing this as one 8-hour-long video, not only on all of my standard areas, What on Earth is Happening, Odyssey, YouTube, etc., Rumble, and other places, but it will also go up on Band.video. And hopefully people will really watch this and really understand it. And I have to be honest and I have to say the truth. I do not believe that this is really, I want to say 2 seemingly contradictory things that really are not contradictory. I think that this material in Two Masks, Same Face, The Dark Occult Origins of Nazism and Communism is one of the greatest presentations that has ever been put together in the history of the human species. This is one of the things that if humanity learns, it will turn a corner in its evolutionary growth and development regarding human slavery and regarding government in general. But what I think this will amount to, what do I think Two Masks, Same Face, the release of this out into the wild, into the community will amount to? Exactly 0. I do not think anything will come of this. I do not think anything will change. I do not think it will be understood. I think it will be resisted far harder than the unholy feminine material has been resisted. People would rather die in a torturous way than ever understand what's in this presentation. Let me say that again. Just about every human alive on this earth would rather be tortured to death until they beg to die rather than understand what's in this presentation. That's why I will release this unimaginably brilliant presentation to humanity, and simultaneously, while I think it's one of the best presentations that's ever been put together, and I am enormously proud of the job that I did putting this presentation together, it will amount to zero. The intended audience is not intelligent enough. The intended audience does not have the willpower to integrate it. The intended audience is too ego intensive in their own psyche and is too resistant to truth. And nothing will happen with this video upon its release. I know this, and I still did it anyway. Let me just tell you something, folks. I cried for many nights, and I'm not too proud. I'm not too hyper-masculine and toxically masculine to say I wept. I didn't cry. I sat with my head in my hands and wept at my desk multiple nights making this presentation because I knew two things. Humanity will never understand the occult. They will refuse that lesson for time immemorial, and they will never really integrate what the gold that I'm handing to them in this presentation. They'll never get it. And the other thing is, I looked at all of the death and the torture and the horrors that these regimes did and how they brought the world closer to complete hardcore ball and shackle slavery in the physical domain, closer to any other regimes that have ever attempted it. And nothing whatsoever has changed to this day. And the lessons of those totalitarian regimes rising to power and conducting the horrors that they did upon people and their children still are not understood. They're never going to be understood, and nothing has changed in the modern day at all. As a matter of fact, our mindset has reversed and has gone backwards to such an extent that we are the most fertile ground that anyone could possibly imagine for not only the resurgence of these ideologies, but for the elevation to new heights of these ideologies in the world today. And that's exactly what's coming. That's what your children are going to live through. That's what your grandchildren are going to live through, if they live. That's what they're going to experience. That's what they're going to have in spades. And that's what you have allowed. That's what you have championed on in your laziness, your inaction, your ignorance. You're not trying. You're not putting skin in the game. You're sitting there expecting other people to do it when there's a pissant handful of people that can't do it by themselves and have been begging for help since day one. And you just slap them across the fucking face and say, that's your burden, motherfucker. You carry that weight. I'm not helping at all. Fuck you. That's where we're at. Make no mistake about it. And that's on your fucking back. That's on your fucking head. That karma's not on my head. That's on your head. You're the ones who didn't fucking try. You're the ones who didn't put skin in the game. You're the ones bringing these fucking totalitarian ideologies and regimes down upon humanity. You and the fucking order followers. The people who do the behavior the most and the people who shirk their responsibility the most. The order followers perform the fucking violent behavior, and the fucking people who should know better because they've been told and say, no, I get the teaching, I get what you're saying, I hear you, Mark, you don't hear fucking shit. Hardly a one of you hears shit. And for the ones who do, and who have activated, and who have done something, and who have truly fucking taken righteous, courageous action in the world, I'm not talking about you. I never have been. And you guys know that. I know that you know that because I know you hear me talking about the people who are doing nothing. Of course I wouldn't talk about people who are doing something. Why would I? That's just as imbecilic. That's just as fucking dumb as a bag of fucking bent rusty nails as the fucking people who go on social media and complain about me, who's been the person doing the fucking most to try to get people out of their ideological bullshit. I'm hitting people with the most hardcore truth that any human has in fucking human history. And I'm telling you straight up in fucking simple to understand street language, you're completely and utterly not meeting the fucking requirements that you need to meet. You're completely not doing what you need to be doing. Your effort isn't enough. You're not trying. You're not improving. You're not learning. You're not growing. You're just saying that you understand, and you don't. Not to do the action means that you do not understand. So while I think this presentation is one of the greatest presentations that has ever been put out in all of humanity, nothing will come of it. Absolutely zero. I'm not delusional. I know who my intended audience is. I know how stupid they are. I know how lazy they are. I know how uncaring they are. I know how inactive they are. I'm under no delusions about where human consciousness is. It's you who are under delusions about where humanity is at, not me. I know exactly where we're at. I know exactly what people are like out there. I see it every fucking single solitary day based on the work that I do and how resistant they are to me telling the truth. So I'm under no delusions that this presentation will change the world. It's still the truth. It's still phenomenal. It will do nothing. And the fifth out of the 5 presentations that will be coming out in the next 2 weeks, should I keep my schedule, which I am going to do my very best to keep, is called Why We're Losing, 7 Reasons the Freedom Movement is Failing, which was originally presented at the Greater Reset 5 back in January. This is exactly what it says that it is. I'm explaining the exact reasons why the freedom movement is completely failing and will continue to fail. Because they're in ego resistance against the truth of natural law. They're in ego resistance against the existence and operation of the occult world. They have no skin in the game. They don't want to learn technology. They don't want to put the word out themselves. They want to shirk their personal responsibility. They want to say they're not good enough, they're not smart enough, they're not intelligent enough, they're not driven enough. And guess what? They're correct. In all the reasons that they say they're inadequate, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not active enough. You're lazy. You don't have real intelligence. You don't really know the lesson. You're not really present. This is the problem. And I see case studies of this all around me. Case studies of it all around me. You think that I would even be around people that are the lowest of the dregs of humanity? These are people who I would consider right in the middle of the bell curve. And they're case studies of this. They're case studies of why we're losing. Could you imagine how many people are the low-life dregs, just anchors dragging people down into the bottomless depths of the black waters? The people I'm even talking about in this presentation, you're middle of the bell curve. Imagine where it goes. Imagine where it goes out to the lowest common denominator. Forget those people. I'm talking about the average fucking person is one of the contributors to the losing effort. And then you put, I tell people, when I was in the occult world, imagine 1,000 of me in the same geographic vicinity, as driven, as knowledgeable, as intelligent, as caring, as passionate, as driven as a motherfucker. Picture 1,000 of me gathered together to do evil and chaos out into the world. That's what I was taking part in. And you know what? They were my equals or better at it in Satanism. There's tens of thousands of people that are as intelligent and as driven as I am, working to annihilate humanity. And the people I'm talking about in this presentation, you're so far away from their level. You can't even conceive of your opponent. Your opponent might as well be a fucking alien creature in another dimension of existence to your sorry mind. You can't conceive who you are up against at all. And you think your effort is a winning one? Your effort is the scraping of the bottom of a barrel of sewage. And you think we're going to win with a losing effort like you're giving, like you're putting in? You got to get so far more driven and passionate and caring and intelligent than you are. You're making zero effort. You're just sitting back wanting to remain in the comfort zone with no skin in the game and expect the situation to change. This is how fucking delusional and non-present you are. You're delusional and you're not living in the present moment reality of our situation. You're engaged in magical thinking. You want to believe that no effort could be made to fulfill the requirements of the solution, and the solution can just suddenly fucking magically manifest. This is the second maxim of the occult. Stop dreaming. You're a fucking delusional dreamer. You're engaged in magical fucking thinking. Called in the occult world dreaming. You're asleep. That's why you're dreaming. This doesn't mean don't have imagination to change it to the way you want it to be. But you're engaged in this thought process that's magical thinking, that you think I can fulfill none of the requirements. I don't have to better myself in any fucking way. I don't have to improve. I don't even have to fucking try. I don't have to practice a fucking thing to get better at anything. I could just stay the exact same way I am, level all the way across. I know zero here, and as time moves forward, I know zero here, I know zero here, I know zero here. You're not even making steady incremental improvement like this in a slow linear progression, let alone making a fucking asymptotic progression logarithmically, mathematically. You know, most people don't even know what that means. A logarithmic curve means it's not a linear curve. It goes up very suddenly. You know, like Bitcoin's inflation from 0 to 21 million is an inverse logarithmic curve. I try to explain that to people. They look at me like I'm speaking fucking, Swahili. They don't understand what the halving is. That's another story and podcast anyway. But my point is, the people who are contributing to the losing effort, you are not present and you're stuck in a state of dreaming. You believe that you're doing things that are contributing to the solution when you're doing nothing that contributes to the solution. You're all engaged in hacking away fervorously at the leaves of the tree of evil. You could prune the leaves of that tree from now to all eternity. It's still going to grow into a mightier and mightier and mightier tree because you've not taken one swing at the fucking roots of the tree to kill it. You don't know the causal factors. You keep hacking away at the fucking symptoms. You keep thinking that solutions that aren't the solution are the solution. That's what delusion is. That's what magical thinking is. That's what dreaming is, which is why it's the second law of the occult world. Stop dreaming. The first one is stop lying to yourself. The second one is stop dreaming. Stop engaging in magical thinking. The third one is learn how to think. Learn the true trivium method of truth discovery so you can come to what the real solution is. So you can come to what the real causal factors are. So you can come to what the requirements are. So you can come to knowing your purpose and then doing it and fulfilling it. Don't you guys get it yet? How many more fucking times does it need to be repeated to you? The answer is, you're never going to get it. You're evil. You're just fucking evil. And you have to admit to yourselves that you're evil. An evil person can eventually become a good person with a lot of work. But you're not engaged in goodness. You're not a truly good moral being. If you're not doing this work, you're not good. If you're not engaged in explaining to people the causal factors, in explaining to people true objective morality, in explaining to people how natural law works, and explaining to people why they got to stop participating with the systems of evil, with the institutions, with government, with the very concept of authority, that they got to quit their fucking jobs that are fucking contributing to the evil. If you're not part of that, you're not part of the solution. How could you believe that you are? No amount of explaining it is ever going to get you to fucking turn from your behavior, from your inaction and lack of care to actually do the right things in life. You just have to get hurt. You have to get hurt by evil, and you're still not hurt by evil badly enough. Evil has to hurt you far, far, far worse, and it needs to hurt your children even immensely, infinitely worse than it hurts you. You need to see children suffer and die before your eyes, and then maybe your heart will open up. Maybe your closed, black-hearted, truly non-empathetical heart will fucking open then. And you need your face pushed into that, and your eyes pried the fuck open, and you need to be made to watch it. That's what needs to happen to people out there. They need to see the torture and suffering of fucking their own children. Maybe their heart will fucking melt out of the block of fucking sub-zero ice it's contained in, and maybe it'll thaw out and become a fucking truly holistically intelligent, operating from heart-based intelligence being. Maybe they will. I don't know. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. I think we can have baby bonfires all over the streets of every major city, and people just go, oh yeah, I'm just watching that, but I'm still a good person. I think that's what we're going to come to in this reality. We're going to see that happen. We're going to have baby spit roasting on the corners of every major city in America. And people are going to walk out and go, oh, the Satanists are roasting babies today. Must be a satanic holiday. I'm still a good person, though. That's literally how you guys think. It's literally how you guys think. And you think we're winning. You think you're winning. You think you're going to win at anything except justly receiving hell. You're going to win at that really well. You are winning at that really well. Here is what you can do if you don't want to be a dumb fucking Luddite for the rest of your life, which means a person who can't use technology because they don't know technology, because they fear technology. That's called being a Luddite. Look it up. Ludite, a Luddite. Or it might be two Ds, I don't even know. It means you're a moron when it comes to technology. And I call people like this Lud-tards. You're a Lud-tard. It means you're a Luddite and you're fucking retarded. So if you don't want to be a fucking retarded Luddite, and you don't want to ever develop the skills to be able to communicate to humanity out into the wide world of information, and really teach natural law, and really teach objective morality, and try to reach more than your fucking imbecile family and friends, and maybe reach 10,000 or 100,000 or a million people who might fucking actually listen to what you have to say, then definitely don't take How to Become the True Media. But if you're a person that doesn't want to be a fucking Luddite, then you might want to look at How to Become the True Media. You might want to look at this seminar. You might want to take it. You might want to enter present moment awareness. You might want to actually try the techniques that are in it instead of taking it as a fucking curiosity or a form of entertainment. Let me tell you something, folks. I don't want people who are coming to How to Become the True Media to say, let me see and be entertained by another aspect of Mark's efforts. That's not what How to Become the True Media is for. This isn't for watching to be polite. Oh, Mark, I want to take your media course because I want to see what you do in it. I figured that would be nice. That would be polite. I'm not interested in people like that. I want people who are actually going to utilize the skill sets that I'm teaching. This isn't a fucking curiosity. This isn't a fucking form of entertainment. And I don't think people understand that, because so many people take the course every year, and I see maybe one becoming a content creator, maybe two. The effort isn't good enough. From all the people I've taught this seminar, we should have probably over 100 new content creators in the world by now, and we don't. Once again, because people don't actually take to heart in the present, in their mind, what I'm telling them in the seminar. They don't really listen to the tenets of the seminar. This is about trying over and over and over and over and over and over and over in your time, making sacrifices of your time. All the beautiful sunny days. How many fucking wonderful, beautiful, cloudless, sunny, fucking nice weather days that I've done nothing but sit my ass in front of a fucking screen and look out the fucking window and engage in that passively and while engaging in the great work actively. How many days I can't count what I've given up. What I could have been enjoying doing, other things I could have been improving about what I might want to do from a purely enjoyment or a self-aggrandizing capacity. You know, I mean, I once again, my bowling sucks nowadays. I probably could not throw a 200 game within a week's time if I tried. Okay, I was consistently bowling in the 250s, 260s. Couldn't do it if I tried today because I've just let my skills go to the wayside. I could have been a world champion if I really I was bowling 260s going to the alleys once a month, let alone once a week, let alone multiple days a week. Could you imagine what I could have done if I fucking actually really put the effort into it? I could be making millions of dollars instead of doing this fucking bullshit. I didn't do those things. I put skin in this game because this is the fucking game that will free us and allow our children not to be fucking eaten by fucking Satanists in the future. Do you think it's anything I had to think about instead of your fucking lazy ass wanting to fucking sit on your fucking couch and do nothing? Just to be fucking comfortable, or go and just enjoy all those fucking beautiful fucking sunny days and do whatever you like to do. I'm looking out through the fucking window being bitter that I sacrificed almost all the time of my life to do this fucking shit and it's not received. It's been all one big shit show for almost nothing. I say almost nothing because it has affected some people. It has actually taught some people, and it has activated a tiny, tiny sliver of those people. A sliver of those people have been activated into right action. That's what putting skin in the game is. And I try to explain that to people in this seminar, but I don't think they're hearing it. I don't think anybody's hearing one word I'm saying. Because all you know how to do is react emotionally to somebody getting angry. You don't know how to speak the language of veritas, of truth. You don't know how to hear the truth in something because all you want to hear is flowery, fucking retarded language because that's all you've been conditioned to want to listen to by Hollywood and the media and your fucking imbecile teachers and your fucking imbecile parents who didn't raise your lazy ass, who conditioned you to be a fucking weakling, who conditioned you to be a non-achiever, who conditioned you to be fucking uncaring enough to act. And then your butt hurt, and then you want to get angry at the messenger for telling you the truth of the fucking matter. No, I'm not incorrect. I'm correct. I've analyzed the dynamic correctly. You're the problem, not me. I teach these life skills in this seminar. It's not just about technology. I go over and over and over again. You got to understand the concept. You got to put skin in the game. You got to be willing to act. You got to be willing to sacrifice your time. You got to be willing to sacrifice your comfort. You got to be willing to sacrifice resources. This is a warrior's seminar. This is a seminar on how to become a life warrior. Not just how to use a fucking computer because you're a fucking ludtard. Because you don't know that. It's how to become a life warrior inside. And believe me, we have hardly any of those. The dark occult have millions of them. Have life warriors active throughout the whole fucking planet. Millions. We have maybe 5 on Earth. Maybe. And I'm probably being generous. We have like 5 to maybe 10 halfway decent life warriors. The effort's not good enough. And if you really integrate what I teach in How to Become the True Media, instead of just taking it as a fucking curiosity or meet some other fucking people socially and hang out in the after class and talk, if you really fucking show up, you really truly pay attention, you're really in the present fucking moment, you really listen to the fucking teachings of the seminar, you'll come out of it a fucking life warrior instead of somebody looking at something, oh, that's interesting, that's curious, oh, that seems entertaining. This is what we have in the world because we've been taught by Hollywood and the media to be passive nothings, to be passive cowards. I'm not done with that slide. How to Become the True Media 2024, an intensive 23-week technology skill set sharing seminar hosted on Telegram every Monday evening, 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, starting Monday, July 8th and proceeding till Monday, December 9th, 2024, for a total of 23 class sessions. There is limited seminar seats available each year. Don't wait until the last minute to enroll. Folks, 2 reasons not to wait till the last minute to enroll. If you are planning on taking How to Become the True Media in 2024, you should enroll in April of 2024. You shouldn't enroll real late in the game. 1, the seats may very well fill up this year because people are all going to rush because it's the last year I'm offering it at $523.93. I'm not doing that next year. It's going up and I don't know exactly what I'm going to price it at, but it's going to be over $600 next year. Okay? So, this is the last year. It will be offered at the price that it's been at for the last 5 years. Enrollment opens Monday, April 1st at howtobecomthetruemedia.com. Do not wait until the last minute because you may get locked out at the last minute, and I am not going to give any exceptions if people are locked out of the seminar. If I cap enrollment and you're 1 minute late, you're not taking the seminar. Listen to what I'm telling you. If it hits the number of enrollees that I'm locking the class in at, I'm not taking one person more than that. And if it hits that at any given time, there will be not 1 minute of an extension. Enrollment will close. I will technologically close it. You will not be able to enroll via online enrollment or a check or money order mailed. So if you wait and the seats expire this year, that's your fault and problem. Don't write to me about it. I will be ignoring almost all requests that I've told people not to send. I will be ignoring all requests that I've told people not to send. If I've not told you not to send it, then it's fair game to talk about. Okay? You can ask questions, but if I've covered it on this show and on the website, I will not respond to a request asking me about something that I've covered or stated on the website. I want people to understand that when they enroll. Don't write to ask a question that I've covered on my show. Don't write to ask a question that I've covered on the website. You will be ignored. If you do it more than once, you will be put in the block list of the How to Become the True Media domain, so I will never receive any of your email. I don't care whether you're a student or not, whether you've enrolled in the past, whether you've enrolled this year. Don't ask me questions that I've given the answer to on the show or the website. So let's jump into the website so I can go through some specifics of How to Become the True Media. This is the website, howtobecomthetruemedia.com. When enrollment opens, the second reason you shouldn't wait till the last minute to enroll is because it's fucking rude to wait till the last minute. It's rude because you're making work for me in the last minutes leading up to the seminar when you had 3 months to enroll. If you can't get the enrollment donation up in 3 months, you don't have any business taking the seminar. Why are you even listening to my class? Why are you even listening to me? What kind of a person who does that wants to take How to Become the True Media? You're not going to go on to be a content creator. Let's face it. Let's face it. You're a procrastinator that waits till the last minute in a rude capacity because you're making a lot of work for me and my assistants the week that I'm supposed to be actually preparing to deliver the seminar. That's some of the busiest time of the year for me is right before the How to Become the True Media seminar. And what people want to do is all enroll at once on the last fucking day. This is what losers do. Losers who aren't really taught by their parents how to be a fucking go-getter in life. They wait until the last minute. They're scramblers to do things at the last minute. You never planned a fucking thing in your life because you weren't really given any proper life skills by your fucking lazy ass shit for brains parents. I'm telling you this, whether you want to enroll or not. This is how you know I'm the real deal. I will fucking tell people things they don't want to hear about themselves when they might give me some resources to attend a class. I don't care. I'm not interested in the resources. I care about the truth. And if I tell the truth, the resources will come. And if they don't, that's not my karma. It's yours. You see how that works? You're the fucking person with bad karma, not me. I'm okay. Stop talking about Mark Passio. Take Mark Passio's fucking name out of your mouth. I'm saying the truth about what people are like. This is why we're losing. This is why freedom is losing. This is why tyranny and evil are winning. Because you're like this, and your parents fucked you up. And you never unfucked yourself from your parents' fucking. Do you get it? Are you hearing it? Are you present? Are you paying attention? Are you receiving the fucking truth? I'm talking to a lot of the people out there in fucking internet TV land who are actually listening to my show. And sometimes I think God the fuck knows why these people listen to me. You're not really, most of you are not the kind of fucking people I'm seeking. I'm not trying to gather dross. I don't want shit and dross gathered around me. I want strong, intelligent, driven fucking people like I was surrounded with in Satanism. Except I want them to be truly good people who are truly fulfilling the requirements for freedom in the world. And you know what the problem is? I can't experience that because there aren't any. There aren't any around me. There aren't hardly any out there. There's a tiny, tiny piss ant little sliver this fucking big out there who fulfill those requirements and who are the true, intelligent, and driven people that I'm looking for. We just don't have the numbers, and we're not even coming anywhere close to fucking developing those numbers. I would tell you if we were, and if I told you and I lied to you, I'd be doing nothing but blowing smoke up your ass and giving you false hope. I'm trying to tell you the exact truth of the dynamics we are surrounded by so you know the intensity of the work that lies before us. This is why most of you won't do it. You'll even subconsciously in your subconscious mind realize how dire the present situation is. And because you're not a life warrior, you want nothing to do with that battle. You see, that's the real truth of the matter. So, don't wait until the last minute, not only because you'll more likely than not get locked out, but because it's just an assholish thing to do. It's rude. It shows disrespect for me and my work. Enroll at the beginning when I have tons of time to deal with your enrollments. At the end, when I'm scrambling to get my shit together to fucking actually deliver this and do all the technological checks that we need to do with me and my team to make sure everything's going to work properly for the class, I don't need last minute enrollments every 10 fucking seconds popping up. I want a nice steady progression over 3 fucking months. Is that too much to ask for? Apparently it is. Because every year the same fucking thing happens. Trickle, 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 and then boom! You want to talk about an asymptotic curve? You want to talk about a logarithmic progression? Here's what my enrollments look like. They go like this. Zoop! The last week of the fucking enrollment, it goes like this. It's like nothing, nothing, nothing. Tiny, tiny little bit uptick, and then it looks like a fucking hockey stick. It's a hockey stick logarithmic curve. That's what it looks like every fucking year, enrollment for How to Become the True Media. All this shows is your parents fucked you up with planning. Your parents fucked you up with real-world logistics. Your parents fucked you up with how to acquire and save resources. You have none of those life skills. We teach part of these life skills in the seminar. Yes, it's heavy on the technology side, not going to lie. Okay? But integrated into those lessons are these life skill lessons. Persistence, not giving up, understanding what you need to do, understanding what you need to buy, understanding the equipment you need to do this, understanding putting skin in the game, understanding how you got to stay focused. You got to stay in the moment. You can't lose your focus. You know, this is what happens every year. People start paying attention, and then by class 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, their mind's wandering. They're off into fucking whatever fucking fantasy space that they're off in. They can't pay attention. The material ramps up. It starts really simple. It gets a little more complex, a little more complex, a little more complex, a lot more complex, to the point where at the end, a lot of people are lost. And here's why they get lost. Not going to lie. A lot of people who take the How to Become the True Media get lost toward the end of the seminar. It's not because I'm not a good teacher of the material. I'm an excellent teacher of the material. I do all of this material. I put things together with the knowledge base that I have, so I know how to do it, and I am teaching people the correct methodologies. The flaw does not lie in me as the teacher. It lies with the students, because I'm telling them from week 1, you have to practice these techniques, not just to learn them, but to master them. You have to be able to do them like this, rote, by rote. You have to be able to do them unconsciously competently. With unconscious competence is how good you have to become with the techniques that we teach in How to Become the True Media. It means you don't have to struggle in a conscious way I have to look at it the same intensity every motherfucking time. You know how many people I see? I've taught them the technique. I've taught them the concept and the technique. And then I go back and it's a year later and they're still doing it like the first time I showed it to them. You think that's what learning is? You think that's what trying is? You should be like a snap of a fucking finger being able to do it in a year. It shows you're not practicing it on your own like I'm telling you from day 1 that you should be. You're taking it as a curiosity. You're taking it as a form of entertainment. You're not taking it as a teaching lesson that is going to impart what you need to know to do hard work. That's not entering the picture into most people's minds when it comes to How to Become the True Media. This isn't a fun and games fucking seminar. If you want to treat it as a fun and games fucking seminar, don't enroll. Don't try to satisfy your curiosity. Don't try to look at it as some other fucking form of entertainment for you to passively take in. That's not what this is. If you're that kind of fucking dross, let me save you the fucking time. Don't enroll. I'm looking for real hardcore motherfuckers to enroll in How to Become the True Media. That are going to take the lessons and they're going to practice them. They're not going to sit and go, oh, that was interesting what Mark talked about. What are we going to talk about in the after class? Amongst each other. And not even bring up what Mark talked about in the fucking class today. You know? This isn't a social hangout, folks. This is supposed to be an integral seminar to learn how to communicate and publish the truth into the world so we avert hardcore human slavery and the enslavement of future generation of children. The main tenets are get the concept, practice with it, be present while you are being taught, have determination and willpower to put skin in the game and to sacrifice what needs to be sacrificed so that you could do this work. These are the life lessons that are integrated throughout. And then most of all, never give up. I'm not giving up my mission. My mission may alter, it may change, I may take hiatuses, but I'm not giving up. I'm still going to do the great work in some capacity that I feel is most effective. For me, for my life, for my energy level, for my health. Because quite frankly, the hardheads who don't really listen to the lessons of either how to become the true media or what on earth is happening, less to an extent in how to become the true media. I think most students try. They wouldn't spend the money and take the seminar if they didn't intend to at least try somewhat. So I'll go easier on them. But in how to become, in what on earth is happening, you got people that don't really value the information. They're not really trying to learn it and integrate it. They're watching as a form of entertainment. They're not really integrating the lessons. And they don't value it because I've largely put it out there for free. And you don't value anything that really has true wisdom in it, but is still offered for free. You can't believe that that could have value because you're a fucking piece of shit with no value. Almost all of the people who haven't integrated these lessons. You don't really have a value system. All you're here for is entertainment. All you're here for is a curiosity. You're weakling losers. Almost all of you. And I'll say it right to your face. Some of you aren't. Some of you are pretty decent people. Some of you want to try. Some of you are trying to put the word out there. But it's less than 1%. It's far less than 1%. And I wish I didn't have to tell that to you. But the proof's in the pudding, as the saying goes. If the world were changing at a fucking accelerated rate and we were getting far better, and we were becoming more moral and things were improving, and we were seeing that even steady progression upward, I'd be praising you. Instead, I'm trying to tell you the truth. Your effort has been shit. Your effort has been awful. Awful. And you make endless excuses for it, and then you want to complain about my anger at your laziness and excuses. I'm not the problem, assholes. You're the problem. And I'm going to say it every single fucking week. I'm going to say it every fucking week till you actually listen, till you actually integrate the fucking lessons, till you actually get up off your lazy ass, off your fucking couch, out of your fucking house, make yourself a fucking public figure and teach. Everybody can do it to some capacity or another. You all have a fucking black fondle slab. You can point the front camera of your fucking fondle slab at your ugly fucking mug, and you could teach people fucking morality if you've listened to a word I fucking said. All of you can do it. You're just lazy cowards. That's all it comes down to. It doesn't come down to any other dynamic except being a weak, lazy coward. And I'll say it every fucking week, and no one will stop me. I don't give a fuck if you shoot me in the fucking head, you won't stop me, because I'm coming right back here. I'm going to wake the fuck up again even faster, and I'm going to start saying the same fucking things. All right? Let's get that straight as well. So go ahead and take a fucking shot at me. You think I fucking care or I'm scared of that? You don't know who you're talking to, moron. So let's look at the enrollment donation, $523.93 private donation. All the accepted donation methods are listed: Cash App, GPay, Wise, Zelle, 9 different cryptocurrencies, personal check, money order. Enrollment opens April 1st at midnight. The skill sets that will be taught technologically are basic operating system skills, file systems and disk formatting, file and folder management, workflow and best practices, word processing and word publishing, text publishing, print publishing, internet and networking basics, searching the web, searching the dark web, graphic design, print publishing, how to build presentations like I do, audio editing and publishing, video editing and publishing, live streaming, with things like NDI integration like I do here on my show. We have a fully NDI-based workflow here. A lot of people don't even know what that is. I teach it in How to Become the True Media. It stands for Network Device Interface. Pretty brilliant protocol for sending audio and video over the network when software developers have integrated it into their work properly, into their software workflow properly. It's a great technology. It's what we bring our cameras into our setup with. We bring my laptop, video and audio into the setup with. We'll be teaching that as part of live streaming. web authoring and publishing, how to build simple static websites, how to build database-driven websites using content management systems. Internet sharing and collaboration for those working in teams. And of course, we go over all the hardware requirements needed to do this and teach best practices when it comes to procuring and using hardware. Here are the caveats for the seminar. Please note, this seminar is a private seminar, meaning that it is not just open to anyone. It is open to those who want to use it to teach natural law and objective morality and who make a private donation enrollment to me to attend. There is no incorporation. This is not a business. This is not an online store. There is no commerce. There is no business. There is no other identity other than Mark Passio. There is no business name. There's no LLC. There's no Inc. There's no Corp. There's none of that. I have never business integrated, gotten a license, etc., gotten a merchant account for anything that I have ever done and never will. That's why don't ever ask for credit cards. I'm not a merchant. I don't take credit cards. Okay? These are private donations from you to me with no third party. Okay? Each private donation is for one private enrollment. Each student must enroll separately. There's no combined enrollments. There's no like, can I give you one enrollment and I want 5 people to be able to attend? No. One donation, one enrollment. Very simple and fair. In return for your private donation, you get a private invitation to attend the seminar. There are no enrollment discounts. There are no donation plans. There are no partial enrollments. There are no date extensions for enrollment. When I cut enrollment off, enrollment is over. That's why I told you don't wait till the last minute to enroll. Do not write to ask for any of these things. If you write to ask for any of those things, you will be ignored and you will have wasted your time and energy writing the email. I will not respond to anyone asking for any of those things. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put on this site, I will ignore your email and you will waste your time and energy to even write the email. So don't write the email. Don't write it. Don't press send. You will be ignored. The classes are held only live. Don't write about, can you receive videos? No, you cannot. They are live interactive sessions. If you can't attend in live time here on the East Coast, when the seminar is actively given, do not enroll. If you're concerned about that, you have 2 options. You either put skin in the game and you make a sacrifice and you give something up, or you show up to where else you need to show up tired and spent, and you fucking power through it like a badass. Or you don't take it and you don't enroll. That's it. Those are your options. Put your fucking big boy pants on, pull them all the way up to your nipples, right? March around like one of the bushwhackers, right? And grow the fuck up. Don't write to ask me if you can receive special fucking treatment. I don't care where you're at in the world. There's no special treatment. If you can't attend live, you can't attend. Get the fuck over it. That's life, boys and girls. Your parents didn't fucking tell you, you gotta meet the fucking requirements for what you want to do, or you become a fucking failure at that thing. That's it. If you want to take this seminar from me, you're on my time, not yours. Okay? Grow the fuck up and understand that. The only computing requirement to attend is a desktop or laptop computer that is able to run Telegram desktop software. Not the mobile version. I don't recommend taking it on any mobile device, any tablet, any smartphone. You will have a bad experience. Take it on a laptop. Take it on a desktop. I highly recommend buying an external monitor. Obviously, a desktop, even if it is an all-in-one, you could still hook up an external monitor that's larger than the all-in-one screen if it's a small screen and an all-in-one. But most desktops aren't all-in-ones, and you'll have a monitor. You should buy at least a 24-inch monitor. I suggest a 27-inch monitor, quite frankly. A 24-inch monitor right now today, you can get them like under $100. There is nobody in the modern, Western, civilized, and developed world that cannot save up $100 for a 24-inch digital monitor. I recommend a 4K 27-inch monitor that you could lower the resolution and put in 2K mode. I recommend 1440p mode. That's 1,440 lines of vertical resolution. If you take the seminar in 1440p, that's ideal. You don't even need to put it in full 4K mode. A 24 or 27-inch 4K capable monitor in 2K mode is all you really need. And anything that's absolutely capable in that regard, monitor-wise, is under $200 in today's world. I'm not asking you to go out and buy a fucking $6,000 monitor like it was 10 years, 15 years ago for something that good. It's a $200 or even sub-$200 piece of equipment. Go out and get one. If you want to attend, hook it up. You're not going to have any problems with your eyes or seeing what I'm presenting. If you take it on a 13-inch screen, that's your fucking lookout. That's your problem. Then you don't want to really see it properly. You didn't put skin in the game. You want to take it with the least common denominator equipment. And again, that does nothing but disrespect the seminar and disrespect you. You're disrespecting yourself and your own fucking eyes. Go out and get a fucking large monitor. This is not fucking complicated. It's not complicated to hook up. It's not complicated to get working. You buy the fucking monitor, you plug it in, you plug the cable into your computer. This is a fucking trained fucking retarded monkey could do it. A monkey with brain damage, the guy hit by a fucking car, could do this. Okay? When enrolling, don't play secret agent man. Enter valid, correct, and up-to-date contact information for both your email address and your phone number. And you put your full name in. I should put your full name, put your correct email address that you're going to be able to check and receive information back from us, and put your correct phone number in case we have to call you. If we're unable to contact you after you actually give us your enrollment, you're not going to be able to receive the information that you need to actually get into the seminar. Don't play secret agent, man. You're not a secret fucking agent. Even the fucking people who are alleged spies and people who work for intelligence agencies, you're not secret agents either. You're just fucking satanic morons that think you're in control of anything when you're just a fucking delusional spiritual child. You're not even fucking secret agents. The people out there pretending to even be like your fucking sorry loser asses, they're definitely not secret agents. There ain't no secret agents. Stop pretending to be one. It's not funny. It's not quaint. It's not cute. It's not witty. It's just fucking stupid. And it shows how much of a fucking coward you are. And I don't want cowards in my seminar. So use your real fucking name, your real fucking email address, and your real fucking phone number, and I don't want to have to keep repeating that over and over. Enrollment closes July 4th at 11:59 Eastern Time. If you want to enroll by personal check or money order, those must be received in my hands by July 1st. And I'm being very generous about that time frame. Okay, that's a week before the seminar starts. Okay, so if you want to enroll by check or money order, it means you have to mail it in advance of July 1st. It doesn't mean go to your mailbox or your post office and drop it there on July 1st. That's the date it has to be to me. So you want to do that a week before July 1st. You want to do that the last week of August. We're into the last week of August. Like 7 days before August ends is really ideally when you want to drop that at your post office or in your mailbox. Okay? And now I shouldn't have to explain that to semi-intelligent adults who are trying to take a fucking tech seminar. And yet, every year, checks and money orders show up at my fucking door. the day before the seminar starts. And then people are like, can you get me in last minute? You know? So there's the email address if you want to send a check or money order. And if you have any questions that I haven't covered, then go ahead and click the bottom email link and you could pose your questions. Let's go back to this housekeeping slides. And folks, guess what? You don't want to listen to all my housekeeping announcements? Go fuck yourself, tune out, miss out on whatever lessons come after. It's not my problem. It's your fucking problem, your attention span, your laziness. I'm going to say all of the things that I want to say about what I'm doing. And I'm going to tell the people who are going to participate so I have less fucking problems. That's part of what this show is. It's advertising for what I'm doing. It's advertising for what I have done. It's advertising what I'm going to do. And it's telling people how not to fuck my workflow up. And I'm going to repeat it every fucking week, and it'll take as long as it takes. If you don't like it, shut it the fuck off and go fuck yourself. Then don't listen. Take my name out of your fucking mouth. Don't complain about me or how I do things. Don't listen. You don't need to listen to Mark Passio. I'm not forcing you to listen to me. You're just another dumb, unintelligent fucking chump that doesn't need to fucking have my fucking gold cast before your swine loser ass. So shut it the fuck off and don't listen or watch. It's no skin off my back. It's your fucking issue. I'm tired, quite frankly, he spends too much time on announcements. I don't give a fuck. And I apologize. I should have said June. You want to get it out in June, not August. Sorry. My producer just corrected me. Thank you. Your check's got to go out the last week of June. Sorry. So it can get to me before July 1st. Thank you, Mike. Mixing my months up there. But hey, that disqualifies everything. I got the month wrong. Mark just got the month wrong. So that disqualifies all the information that he's ever presented in the history of what on earth is happening because he misspoke the month. There are people out there that are that dumb, folks. Believe me. That they actually think like that. One Great Work Network actually has people who have listened and integrated the lesson and are speaking out and are trying to teach other people morality and natural law. So if you want to check out some good content creators, a great network of content creators, onegreatworknetwork.com. Please support them and donate to their efforts. Don't Tread on Philly, second Wednesday happy hour. Went down last week. It was great. Lots of people there. Always a pretty fun event with good people who are networking and trying to make a difference. So this takes place the second Wednesday of every month. It's billed as a social meetup for people concerned about the loss of human freedom. Second Wednesday of every month, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Dive Bar in South Philadelphia. Always free to attend. Check out don'ttreadonphilly.com or Don't Tread on Philly on Facebook for the event calendar. Inquire and Inspire will happen this coming Thursday. It's the third Thursday of every month. Documentary movie night. 6 to 9 p.m., always free to attend at Arnold's Family Fun Center in Oaks, Pennsylvania. If you're in the area, come on out for a good time and a very enlightening documentary. I believe this month to be shown at this documentary night is the documentary called Shadow Ring, which is about false flags, and I am actually in the documentary. This was a documentary that I was interviewed for, so I do have a couple of speaking parts in it. So Shadow Ring is going to be shown this coming Thursday at Arnold's Family Fun Center in Oaks as part of Inquire and Inspire documentary movie nights. For more information, check out their website, inquireandinspire.com. The What on Earth is Happening IPFS project is still ongoing. For the information about this project and all of the requirements to participate in it, check out whatonearthishappening.com/IPFS. We'll do at least 3 call-in shows, maybe 4 or 5. I don't know. We'll see how the call-ins go, and whether some good, enlightening discussion is had. I hope that it will be. Usually my callers are pretty good. We do this via Telegram, so we'll be doing at least 3, maybe more call-in shows after I get through presenting this material for Unholy Feminine. ARC 2.0 still available, will be available in perpetuity. The ARC is a storage device that you send to me, digital storage device you send me. I fill it up with 26,000 audio files, 9,500 books, 3,400 videos, and then I ship it back to you. There's stringent shipping requirements because most people don't have any fucking basic life skills and don't know how to ship a fucking box. You know, they can't pack and ship a box properly. You have to explain to them all the fucking pitfalls of, and all the hang-ups and all the things that can go wrong during the shipping procedure because, quite frankly, a lot of the people who work at the shipping company are fucking morons, don't want to do their job properly. That's why I tell people, don't deal with these fucking losers. Just go get an account online, print the fucking label yourself. You'll have no problem. Mark, I can't do this, I can't do this. The company representative told me this, and this. And then they told me this other thing. Don't deal with them. There's a thing called websites. You may have heard of them. I don't know. Maybe you haven't heard of them because of this piece of shit. Maybe you haven't heard of websites because you got one of these and you think this is all there is. So you use dumb fucking apps on your dumb fondle slab and you don't even know what a website is anymore. Well, you can go to a carrier website and you can print labels. You can go pack your box. You can weigh it in your house, in the comfort of your own house. You could buy the label from them. You could print it. You could slap it on the fucking box. And then you don't have to deal with a retarded fucking moron that doesn't want to do their job like almost everybody. You know? So the shipping instructions are stringent for a reason. It's to protect your property on a round trip, run from anywhere in the world to make it from you all the way to me, all the way back to you without getting fucked up. That's the number one reason that there's stringent shipping instructions. The number 2 reason is because people have fucked up about 10,000 different things in a simple shipping process where it breaks their drive. I can't format or copy the data to the drive. The drive gets fucking lost en route. The drive gets held up by fucking customs agents who are also fucking satanic morons and a million other fucking things. If you just pay attention to somebody who's done this 10,000 fucking times, your drive will come from you to me with no problems, and it'll get copied, and it'll go back to you with no problems. If you don't want to listen to the fucking shipping instructions, I'm not putting the data on the drive for you, and you're going to waste your fucking time and money sending a drive round trip, and it's going to come back empty. I'm not going to reward stupidity. Stupidity should not be rewarded. That's what people's parents did their whole fucking miserable lives. That's what people's teachers did their whole miserable lives. That's what fucking government does. That's what fucking all the other lazy losers who don't want to tell people the truth about how fucking inadequate they are toward achieving the goal of human freedom. They are. That's what put us in this situation, is rewarding the dumb. I'm not going to do that. Follow the shipping instructions. They're not commands or orders for you to do immoral behaviors. They're simple instructions that get the fucking job done the right way, quickly and efficiently, without damaging your own fucking property. And then you get the ARC data. And then you can fucking learn without censorship. We're trying to find all this data. Half of this stuff is not even online anymore, quite frankly. That's how badly censored the internet is these days. Or if it is, it's on the dark web and you're going to be very challenged to find it at all. Okay? So, if you simply follow the shipping instructions, which is not hard at all to do, it's just a bit to read to learn what not to do, you'll get the ARC drive with no problems. Hundreds of people have done it. Hundreds more will do it. If you don't get it, if you don't get the fucking data, it's your fault. It isn't mine. I've done nothing wrong. You weren't intelligent enough to follow simple instructions. For more information on the ARC, whatonearthishappening.com/ARC. I guarantee you, everything you need to know to solve the problem of human slavery is on this drive. And then far more than that to solve human health, to solve issues regarding real education, to learn the trivia method, to learn about the occult world, and on and on and on. It'll put together the entire tapestry of the picture for you in an even more complete way than What on Earth is Happening does. What on Earth is Happening is a distillation of all of this material and much more material that is not even on the ark. Okay? I distill it down and try to present it in a simple way for, quite frankly, the simple-minded to understand. And they still don't understand. Because it's the Dunning-Kruger effect, as I've said, folks. It's people who believe that they're more competent than they actually are in their own minds. And you can put this information before them and they still won't understand it. But the Ark Drive is a good place to actually at least get the grammar. Whether you understand it or not is going to be up to you. But the grammar of what you need to know in the world, at least, is on this drive. whatonearthishappening.com/ark. If you want hard copies of my presentations and seminars, you can go to gifts.whatonearthishappening.com. We have the whole body of my teachings in the form of the One Great Work Collection solid state drive, my natural law documentary, all my presentations on DVD, on flash drives, promotional items such as men's t-shirts, women's t-shirts, coasters, buttons, stickers, keychains, and on and on. We also have tech donations. These are crowdsource funded donation efforts for items that we require to continue to run What on Earth is Happening, One Great Work Network, and How to Become the True Media that are too expensive for one individual to donate. I don't want one person bearing the brunt of those donations. I want to crowdsource fund certain items. So thank you to the people who procured smaller donation items at our Amazon tech wish list. But I want to also say thank you because we reached our donation goal for the technology donation that we were looking for. So I'm going to close my web browser here and show you What on Earth is Happening donation gifts. If you go to categories and then you click into technology donations, or you click the gift category here called technology donations. Either way, you will come to tech donations, and the last item we were looking to receive donations for was a donation toward a Mac Studio for my own personal computer and office computer, my creative and office computer. You can see that you can no longer make a donation for this item because we received the donation. We received the 6,000 out of 6,000 that we need to get this Mac Studio. I want to thank everybody who helped contribute to this donation drive from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much for your very generous donations. So I put a thank you note here. I'll keep that up for about another week or so, just to let people know we met the goal, and I now will be able to buy this Mac Studio for my own creative computer and move up into the modern processing world of Apple's own silicon processors in my preferred platform, which is Mac OS. So I'll be buying this within the next probably couple of months. I may wait till WWDC 2024, which is the Apple Worldwide Developers Conference, to see if Apple releases the M3 Ultra chipset and puts them into the Mac Studios. If that doesn't happen, I'll probably just, pull the trigger on another M2 Ultra spec'd out to my specifications. But I might wait until that first week in June when the keynote announcement is made to see if those new chipsets come out. So more likely than not, I will just wait that small amount of time, see if those chipsets come out, and then make the purchase and then set it up for, bringing all my information into that machine that I need to do my work, and also getting it ready for the How to Become the True Media seminar this year. So once again, thank you. We met the donation requirement for this Mac Studio, and again, I'll be buying it soon. So thank you very much to all who contributed donations. Back into my slides. If instead you prefer to make a straight donation to the What on Earth is Happening, One Great Work Network, and How to Become the True Media causes, you can do that at whatonearthishappening.com/donate. There you will have all the same donation methods available that we take as part of donations for donation gifts. So it'll be Cash App, GPay, Wise, Zelle, 9 different cryptocurrencies, check, money order, and our Amazon wish list where we put smaller donation items. So, thank you, because the small donation items, I believe, have been procured as well. So thank you very much to people who purchased those for us. That really helps and makes things flow much more efficiently here at What on Earth is Happening. So thank you to all who have donated in the past or recently. Those are all my housekeeping announcements. Let's jump into the presentation for today for Unholy Feminine Part 9. Last week we ended on talking about that most of the conditioned and brainwashed women in today's society, again, this is all about the mind control and social engineering techniques that are specifically geared toward and directed at women in our society to make them want a man with certain characteristics and mindset, to weaken the entire population so it is more easily enslaved. And one of them is women want a man with the appearance of confidence, but not real confidence. Real confidence, true confidence about what a man truly knows, what he understands as the requirements for doing or achieving something, are not prized by the modern conditioned woman. That is something that often scares women away, is true confidence, true knowledge. Women feel intimidated. The conditioned woman will feel intimidated by that, not a genuine woman. Which again, the genuine alpha female is as rare today in the world as the genuine alpha male, or what I call the spiritual alpha. Okay? I think, again, in like other movements that talk about these dynamics, which don't really have the answers in hand, I think they call this the Sigma being, the one that is, kind of not within the conditioned response mechanism, and not the standard or traditionally viewed alpha, quote unquote, that isn't the real form of what an alpha male or female is in nature. It's been called Sigma in other analysis groups or whatever you want to call them. Really, they haven't come to the correct conclusions because they don't understand the occult. They don't understand social engineering. They don't understand eugenics or epi-eugenics because they don't understand epigenetics. They leave all of these things at the door, including human consciousness, and they fall back on the Darwinian bullshit that it's just human nature, Mark. It's just evolution as Darwin laid it out in his racist bullshit. That's all. It's just more social engineering and just completely fucking ignoramus bullshit that's disproven by the trivium and the fossil record. And imagine, people believe this jackass racist asshole and all of his fucking connections to royalty and connections to other eugenicists. And they believe all these jackasses. After 150 years of disproof, people still champion Darwin and think that that's going to lead humanity anywhere good or anywhere free. I mean, you guys are as dumb as fucking stumps. As dumb as a fucking tree stump. And don't write to me saying, you're wrong and Darwin's right. It's all disproven pseudoscience, and you leave consciousness at the door, you leave real genetic understanding at the door, which is epigenetics, which is conditioning, which is environment, which is nurture. Almost none of it is nature. It's like 3% nature and 97% conditioning. I'm not going to dismiss nature entirely when it comes to how people behave, but it's a very, 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 very small percentage compared to information that goes in related to behavior that comes out. And my own listening audience is still challenging and fighting me when this is my life's mission and work to research and understand that dynamic from an occult perspective, from beyond a scientific perspective, from a deep occultic perspective, because this is how the masters of the world, the perspective they understand it from, and they're wielding it against you as a sword to cut your fucking balls off. And men are still the one giving me the most fucking ignoramus shit about it. That's why I'm so angry, losers. You don't know what I fucking do to hard win this information. This is some of the most tightly held to the chest knowledge of the whole occult world and all of the sorcerers within that community that know more about your lazy bullshit mindset and your lazy fucking ass and all your motivations and drives and fears and hopes and desires than you ever will, because you're an unexamined piece of shit. You've never turned the inward eye toward yourself for one fucking millisecond, for a microsecond. And you want to tell me, who has fucking done this homework non-stop every fucking day of my life, I've learned more, I've forgotten more than you'll ever learn in 1,000 of your miserable fucking lifetimes. And then I'm going to have an ignoramus fucking child lecture me on what they fucking know. And tell me I'm wrong about what I know. About their bullshit opinion, I should say. They don't know anything. You have a bullshit, ill-informed, ill-read, ill-educated, nonsensical bullshit opinion when I have deeply hard-won, deeply researched, endlessly fucking researched to the point of exhaustion, deep occultic knowledge. And you have an unread, ill-informed bullshit opinion. And I'm not going to be lectured by a fucking child. Take your ill-informed opinion and shove it up your ass away from me. I'm not here to debate you. I am here to present my findings. I don't understand that you can't understand that. I am not into debating a loser moron who hasn't actually done research. I am a researcher and presenter of the findings that I have researched and determined through the trivia method to be true and accurate. I'm not debating morons. That is not my job. That is not what I have the time to do. That is not what I want to waste my time doing. Quite frankly, I'm basically wasting my time debating morons by even presenting this information. If you want to be real about what I've really been doing for the last 17 years, is I've been putting my truthful findings out, and they're completely rejected by morons who have done none of the research and then want to insist in their bullshit, satanic, egoic mind state that I'm incorrect and they're right, when they've never looked into it one iota in their miserable existence. And then you want to think that a man like a fucking truly intelligent, capable, driven, and competent man like myself is going to fucking be disrespected by your ignorant, egoic, satanic, fucking childish bullshit self? Fuck you. You wouldn't dare come to my face with your bullshit because you get knocked the fuck out. You wouldn't come to me. You wouldn't step to me. You wouldn't dare try it. You'll be in the hospital or the ground. One or the other. See, unlike other fucking people who are cowardly and timid, I'm not taking shit from loser know-nothings. You go and take shit from loser know-nothings. I'm not the one. You'll find out how much I'm the wrong one and not going to tolerate bullshit like that in my life. I'm too fucking old to tolerate shit like that, and I know too much, quite frankly. And I'm not going to be lectured by some stupid fucking moron young person who hasn't listened to a little bit of the fucking data that they need to listen to, and then is going to fucking challenge my informed knowledge. with their ill-informed opinion. You better pick another one. You pick this one and come to me personally. You pick the wrong one, and you'll find out how wrong this one is. You'll find out how much it was your incorrect decision to pick that one. You'll know what the phrase "you picked the wrong one" means, boy. So, the conditioned woman does not want real confidence. She wants the illusion of confidence. She wants something that appears to be confident, but deep down inside it's some bullshit little fucking boy version of confidence that's just trying to project something that she thinks she wants, that man thinks that the woman is attracted to. A guy in the modern world who projects true confidence is seen as toxic, is seen as you're trying to just tell me you're superior to me. No, I'm telling you the fucking truth about myself. I have real confidence because I know what the fuck I know. I've epistemologically determined it to be correct and truthful. That's why I'm confident in it. That's why I'm not in a state of, oh, I don't know. I don't know anything. All I know is that I can know nothing. I'm a fucking solipsistic asshole. That's not confidence. That's being a fucking loser who has no confidence in what you actually know. And again, it's the exact opposite. It's not confidence to try to project confidence and true knowledge when you don't really have it. When you just have an ill-informed opinion and then you want to project and say, I'm confident that I know I'm right. No, you're just an egotistical satanic prick. That isn't me. I won the knowledge with infinitely sacrificed for time and energy and research. You don't know what I've taken in. You'd shit yourself and pass out. That's what would happen. You'd vagal out. If people even tried to comprehend the knowledge that I've taken in over the years, if you even looked at the gathering of data that I've taken in to win the understanding that I have, your vagal response would kick in. You'd shit yourself where you stand and you'd pass the fuck out and collapse on the floor. Your mind wouldn't be able to conceive of it. It would be like trying to conceive the vastness of the universe. Literally, that's what would happen to most people if they even looked at how much knowledge I've studied over the years. And then the same fucking know-nothing losers with an ill-informed opinion want to come to me and say you're wrong and I'm right and all I have is an uninformed opinion and I haven't done one fucking hour of research. I just have believed the fucking Darwinian bullshit that it's just human nature. No, human nature is programmability, moron. Human nature is the ability to put information into a certain being to get them to act a certain way, which is what all the fucking social engineers have been doing since the fucking dawn of human civilization. And we haven't come out of that condition. It is in our nature. It's our pre-programmed fucking condition that we haven't changed through an act of our own will by actually studying knowledge. They have the knowledge. They know how to use it to manipulate us into the condition that we are in currently. It is in our nature. And it certainly isn't Darwinian evolution. That's your moronic religion that you've bought into it because you don't understand social engineering. Because you're a fucktard who won't listen to fucking wisdom and actually study mind control methods and social engineering and understand how the modern world is made into the shit condition that it's made into. You don't want to look at that because that places the responsibility firmly within your fucking lap and on your fucking shoulders to change the condition. And that's the last thing your lazy, incompetent, arrogant, satanic, egotistical, fucking know-nothing, cowardly ass wants. That's the way it really is in nature. That's who you are. Almost everybody out there in internet land. Let's get that straight. That's not who I am, that's who you are. The problem doesn't lie with me, the problem lies with you. complaining about someone that straightened their mind out, regardless of how much I get angry at other people not straightening their minds out, is not the problem. I am entitled to all of the anger that I feel and experience and express, and I will continue to feel it and express it because it is the correct emotional response to other people not even fucking trying, let alone not fulfilling the requirements for freedom. Your ignorance, your laziness, your satanic mindset, your lack of true fucking care, your lack of true empathy and compassion, your lack of fucking courage enslaves me, who is actually a good person, who has done what I've needed to do and met the requirements. And because we are one, and I am attached to you and you are attached to me, your inadequacies drags me down into the slavery that you're in. We can't experience two separate realities. Humanity experiences a shared reality. That is how the real laws of attraction work, not your pseudo-spiritual, false spirituality, your fucking bullshit Luciferian spirituality from the New Age community, which is another thing that I think most people don't get, or there wouldn't be as many people falling for New Age Luciferian spirituality these days, which that number is up to astronomical proportions. I put out that lecture back in 2011? No, it was 2013. I put out New Age bullshit for the first time. That's 11 fucking years ago. And it's not understood at all. Still not understood at all. There are still whole massive communities of these people just growing up every fucking day. They don't understand the first thing about real spirituality. That's another presentation I should revisit in a torturously extended capacity, like this one. Because people don't understand it and are going deeper and deeper and deeper into the mud. You're going deeper into the bullshit of it, let alone learning it truly and coming out of this fucking satanic mindset. Most women in the freedom community are in this mindset, let alone understanding it and coming out of it. Most men believe it's all fucking nature because they listen to fucking MGTOW jerk-offs or whatever the fuck they call themselves these days. It's just the nature of women. They can never be changed. They're just like that. No, you're just a fucking moron. You're just dumb, son. You're just dumb is your problem, and you don't understand the occult and you don't understand social engineering because you're just fucking dumb and you willfully choose to remain dumb. The conditioned woman generally ends up unfulfilled in a relationship after finding a, quote, man with the qualities she believes she wanted. Because those qualities are what the social engineers programmed into her fucking brain and told her she wanted them. So she goes out and finds a guy with those qualities and she ends up fucking miserable and saying, where's the real man? Where's the good man? You don't know what a fucking real and good man looks like because you're a socially fucking conditioned moron. You want to call guys that actually have real fucking confidence toxic. Because your bullshitty religion told you so. You believe in a bullshit religion just like other fucking bullshit religionists believing in their fucking bullshit cultural religions. You just bought a different form of religion called neo-feminism. And you listen to all the old fucking fart 90-year-old social engineers in fucking dark suits at Tavistock laughing at your fucking dumb fucking ass. Let's see what we can get women to believe next week. Yeah, good old Worthington and Reginald out at Tavistock, you know? All the fucking retarded, rotten-toothed fucking limeys in fucking Tavistock, making £1 bets. Let's see what we can get women to believe this week in the women's magazines we're going to fucking put out through all of our publishing houses. We're going to put a new commercial telling them about toxic masculinity out on BBC and out on fucking AMC or whatever the fuck, Lifestyle, you know? And let's see what we can get these dumb motherfuckers to believe this week. Yeah, thank you for the beer. I'm going to drink a beer on the show. Maybe it'll calm my fucking nerves. You know, maybe I need to drink a fucking six-pack to calm my fucking nerves. I'll tell you what, the fucking English can brew a nice, English bitter / mild bitter, whatever style that is. Damn good. They can do that. You just can't understand social engineering or the right to self-defense. That's asking too much, Pretty much all people in Europe. Let's not leave the other Europeans out of that. Fucking Tavistock. It's where most of this comes out of. And boy, are they doing a number on your sorry asses. The reason for this state that women generally end up with men that they, don't really want to deal with because they've bought into all the nonsense that they've been told to be attracted to and never look for anything truly genuine is the qualities they were programmed to desire at a subconscious level are almost always in direct opposition to what they genuinely desired and genuinely need in their lives. They're conditioning women to go for the exact opposite of what their actual requirements for fulfillment are. And then women look around and go, oh my God, why am I so unhappy? How did this happen? How am I not fulfilled? How am I so unhappy? Because you bought into the social engineering that was directed right at you. There's a cannon fired right at your fucking head and you didn't see it. A cannon of mind control and social engineering fired at your fucking face and you didn't see it. You never saw it coming. And quite frankly, neither do the fucking men. They're not excused from this. This dynamic also works in reverse. A very good example of this is the conditioning that inauthentic women receive to desire so-called quote-unquote confidence in a man, yet when they encounter men possessing true male confidence based on what they truly know about how things really work in the world, the conditioned women will often attempt to rip down the man's confidence. I've actually had this done and happen and had women tell this to me because they see true confidence in what I know when I ever do get into a place in the public where I actually start explaining what I know and how I truly know it and know that I know it epistemologically and explain that to perhaps members of the female community. They'll instantly try to rip that down. And I'll just be like, no, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And you don't know what the fuck where I've been. You don't know what I know. You don't know what I've taken into myself. You haven't done any of that homework. You have none of that data. You have zero of that data and knowledge. So don't tell me what I fucking know or what I'm confident about knowing. And I'll just say that right to their face. And then I'll look around and I'll say, now who's going to white knight? Because let's go. Who's going to white knight for me saying that? You want to fucking take that chance? Take that fucking chance. Because it won't end well. It won't end well. And that's what you see too much. You see too much of men white knighting for the bad behavior of women. Because they have no anchoring in truth and reality. All they give a shit is about, I'm going to chase pussy. That's all they care about. Because they're morons up here. They're thinking with the other head, not this one. And that's not a real fucking man either. That's just the childish baby who can't control his fucking hormones. I appreciate the appearance of women as much as any other fucking male. That's not my point. My point is if all you're going to do is let women rip down fucking real confidence so that they feel secure and safe, and you're going to white knight for that, you're not a fucking man. You're a little fucking child. You don't even know what fucking masculinity is, and neither do the fucking conditioned women. They think real masculinity is toxic. There's nothing toxic about the masculinity I fucking display, which is real fucking confidence in what I know and how I fucking hard won that knowledge. And I'm not going to be lectured to by some know-nothing fucking person, whether they're male or female, that I don't know what I know. You don't know what I fucking know. And that's the whole fucking problem of the world. Little shits. So they'll try to rip down the confidence of the truly confident male and ridicule them and call them know-it-alls. I've actually had this happen. And then I countered it real fucking hard and then look around the room and say, now where's the white knight at? Because I know they're coming, because they always do. But I'll look at a motherfucking white knight in the face like, be sure you're ready to die today, motherfucker. You better be sure of it. You better want to go. You better want to leave. Not just go, you better want to leave the earth plane today with me. Because that's what'll happen. We'll leave together today. I'm ready. I'm prepared. You better be. If you're going to step to me in White Knight when I'm explaining truth to someone, just be ready to leave, boy. Just be ready to leave. What such women have actually been conditioned to want is the illusion of confidence in a man, yet to run away from the real thing. Make no mistake about that. Almost all socially conditioned women in the world are deathly afraid of true male confidence. Deathly afraid of it. They have nightmares about it. They want to be as far away from it as humanly possible. They don't want true intelligence in a man because it frightens them, because they're intimidated and they're truly inadequate themselves because they're so socially conditioned. It's very rare when there's a real, genuine, true alpha, true spiritual alpha woman that can actually contend with a true spiritual alpha male. It's exceedingly rare because they would have to basically pretty much be at that same level of knowledge and confidence. And most women are taught never to achieve that, sadly, because they could step into true feminine power if they truly did achieve that knowledge and confidence. But they're taught to stay at that mediocre level, not to ever try to even be at that level of the true spiritual alpha of a male, let alone a female. You know, they're taught you don't want to be at that same equal level. You know, you want to subordinate yourself to some bullshit confidence, appearance of confidence, an illusion of confidence from some dumbass fucking moron that people laughingly call the alpha male. Most women have never met a true alpha male, ever, and never will. And that's why they're fucking miserable. That's why they're fucking unfulfilled. That's why... And they have never met one because the social engineers have conditioned men never to become true alpha males, never to become true spiritual alpha males, the real form of alpha manhood. That's almost completely extinguished from this planet. That's why I'm asking where's the real fucking men. I'm asking every fucking day, where's the real fucking men who are going to step the fuck up and fight this fucking war the way it needs to be fought? And meet the requirements to win it. There aren't any. There aren't any. That's why we're losing. And there aren't any true spiritual alpha women, females in the world that are going to champion those true spiritual alpha men and drive them and help them fucking go on to higher heights. No, they want to rip them the fuck down because of the social engineering they've received. The real spiritual alpha is not trying to control. It is not trying to dominate. But it has that kind of a being has the true confidence to tell people that they know what they know, how they've come to know it, the epistemological progression that leads one to true knowledge. And they're going to be confident to say, you don't know that. You haven't come to that. That's not tearing somebody down. That's being honest with where they're at. That's why people hate me and my work and my approach these days, because I was real gentle and easy on you when I first started. Now, since you haven't really listened and you haven't really gotten the lesson and you haven't really integrated it and you haven't really converted it into true action, now the fucking soft velvet glove has come off and the fucking hard iron gauntlet has gone onto the fist, and now I'm swinging on you. And you don't like that. Now you're fucking butthurt that I'm telling you how inadequate you are and how poorly you've learned what I've been trying to teach you. You haven't integrated the lesson. You believe in an illusory state of consciousness that you have. One of the best gauges, whether you've truly integrated the lesson, go type your name in a search engine and see what teaching material comes back to you. You will find out whether you've integrated the lesson or not. Where is your work? What do you have to show for what you've learned that you've given to the rest of humanity? Look at what I've done. That'll show you who the real spiritual alpha male is and who's a fucking cuck. I'm not a fucking cuck because I'm complaining about your lack of effort, moron. That makes you the cuck. You're saying you want to be free. I'm giving you the formula for freedom and you're rejecting it. And you think you know better when you don't know shit. And I'm practically handing you the fucking answer of what needs to be done. And you're telling me I'm fucking wrong. I'm not wrong. You're wrong. I know how to arrive at the correct answer. I've arrived at the correct answer, and I've communicated and published the correct answer. You're the fucking dumb dolt dumbass that doesn't know how to recognize it. And I can't do anything about that other than tell you you're still a dumb dolt dumbass who hasn't really fucking integrated the lesson and improved yourself. You need to do that. You need to do the fucking work on yourself to improve yourself and go from the condition of being a dumb fucking dolt dumbass to being a truly intelligent, true spiritual alpha male. And you haven't done it. You're still a fucking know-nothing weakling. With no skin in the game and nothing to show, no work to show for yourself. Zero. Then, you want to take the time and effort to complain about me telling you that instead of actually doing some work. Think about how fucking retarded that is. And no, the answer is not ignoring these people. The answer is telling people that this is what almost all of humanity is, motherfucker. You still don't get that? Oh, you other dumb jerk-offs. Mark, why are you focusing on these people? Let me see if I can get the voice right. Hey, Mark, why are you focusing on the people who aren't meeting the requirements? Because it's almost fucking everybody, morons. I'm trying to explain to you what is out there in humanity because that's what the great work is to change. And you're not doing it. You're not influencing those people to change in a true spiritual capacity. You're kicking back and making excuses for them and not fucking telling them how they're inadequate to the job. Do you think that does anybody a service? You're doing harm. You're making the world stay in the deplorable condition that it's already in. You're not helping to elevate consciousness. You're fucking perfectly fine with people's laziness and inadequacy. You're setting the bar all the way down here when it needs to be set way fucking higher. That's why nothing changes. Next slide. So, people want to believe we have all of this sexuality in society. I don't even know where this idea comes from because we don't have any healthy sexuality in society. We have the idea of sex in society. We have sexualization, which is it's like fake confidence. It's the appearance of it's the appearance of confidence. Sexualization is the appearance of sexuality. There's no real healthy sexuality in society or healthy libido. All there is hypersexualization. And it's almost always just for the procurement of money. That's it. It isn't healthy sexuality. It's, I'm going to go and project this idea of sexuality to make money doing it. That's almost all we have in society. We have the appearance of sexuality with no actual sexuality. And people, again, insist, no, this is untrue. There's so much wild, rampant. We have more freewheeling and dealing sexuality than we did in the 60s. Are you guys out of your fucking mind? I hear guys tell me this. Guys will tell me this. I'm like, what planet do you live on, man? Almost every woman in our society sees sexuality as a monetary exchange. That's it. It's because they weren't even fucking... I wasn't alive in the 60s, but I have a far better understanding of how much far better and healthier sexuality really was in the 60s than it is today. At least there was true expression of sexuality, experimentation, etc. Today, if you had anything like that, people would snap the fuck out because they have no confidence in their own sexuality. It's all the appearance of it. People are so completely shut down by the very bringing up of sex that they can't even discuss it. It's like discussing death. They have a completely asinine, backwards, childish worldview when it comes to sexuality. And part of the unholy feminine presentation initially, before I get into this concept of hypersexuality, hypersexualization and slut shaming, which is mostly done by women, the conditioned woman, of course, I want to tell people that I had an entire adjunct section of this presentation when I originally formulated it back in 2016 that I had to cut out of the presentation for time reasons. And I never made the slides. I only had an outline for the slides. The slides were never made because I realized what my timing for the presentation needed to be. And I knew if I added that entire section, the whole part of the outline for that presentation was so long and involved that if I added those slides to the presentation, I would never be able to deliver the presentation in the time that I had. I almost didn't have enough time as it is. I had to really rush through it. I had a whole section of this presentation, which I may release as Unholy Feminine Part 2 at some future point. Or because I can't promise that during the show, in a week or two, I'm going to make all these slides. I don't want to promise that and then not be able to deliver that. This is probably going to be a whole separate presentation, a whole other separate presentation called Unholy Feminine Part 2. And it's all going to be about human sexuality. Specifically, I did all of the research into the health beneficial aspects and nature of the sex act itself, the physical aspect of sexuality, and looked at all of the benefits to the physiology and the actual internal aspects of the body that the sex act helps. And it's like, it's not only a fucking huge list, it's like you could write hundreds of books just on that one aspect of sexuality itself. Just the physical act and how when it's genuine and, obviously consensual and shared, how good it is for the physical body. I had a whole section about that. That would have been like a whole hour of presentation material that had to be removed from this presentation's outline and put into a separate document and say, that's for another time. That's how involved just looking at the biophysical responses of the sex act is. Most people know zero of that data. They've never heard of one aspect of it. And most people are completely unhealthy in that respect. They look at it as a shameful thing. There's still, our culture, especially in westernized culture and especially here in the United States, is so so religiously programmed and brainwashed. Like I said on Jay Parker's show this past Thursday, the average religiously diseased moron still believes sex is the original sin. They don't even understand the allegory of the Genesis creation epic that moral relativism is the original sin. The idea that the apple was participating in the sex act, that the creator of the universe didn't want people to enjoy human sexuality, consensual adult sexuality. I mean, we wouldn't have the parts we have, and it wouldn't feel as good as it does, quite frankly, if the creator didn't want this to be quite frankly, a form of alchemy and magic. That's how powerful it is. And yet, it's diminished into a monetary transaction, and a fake monetary transaction at that. So, what we have in our society is we have hypersexualization, particularly of the conditioned woman, but no genuine sexuality. There's a difference between sexualization and sexuality. They are not the same thing. Most women in today's society conditioned like this against sex cannot even discuss it. They can't have an adult conversation about it because they're so programmed about it being some bad thing. And that's all diseased religious programming instead of recognizing it as a powerful part of nature. This is the aspect of nature that people have to come to understand and stop being shamed about it and stop making it all about some diminished fucking fake monetary transaction. Because all that does is that crushes nature. It crushes its power. And stop using it as a methodology of controlling someone else. And quite frankly, guys fall into that. And they allow themselves to be controlled by it because they're weak. And so they start trading women things for sex. Oh, I'll do this for you just for sex. Or I'll obey what you say and tell me to do if you give me sex. It's like most guys have to just look at a situation where they're being basically controlled with female sex and just say, you're not going to control me with that. Could you imagine somebody thinking you're going to step to me and you're going to control me with sex? You have to be completely out of your fucking gourd to think that somebody who is in a true state of knowledge and confidence when it comes to everything that's going on in the world and all the conditions that have been created by social engineering, and somehow you're going to bring me the female vagina and I'm going to bow down and worship it and be controlled by it. I mean, this is how retarded most men are. That they will do anything just for sexual encounters. And it's like, you got to be out of your fucking mind. That I'm going to allow my behavior to be controlled? I'm going to allow my behavior to be controlled by a totally socially conditioned woman that bought into Satanism and fucking mind control. When I know how every one of those dynamic aspects works in reality, and I'm going to fall for that. Take it fucking somewhere else to some fucking real chump. Because that's what the guys who do fall for that are. You're a fucking chump. And there's billions of them out there. There's not millions. There's not tens of millions. There's not hundreds of millions. There's billions of guys like that. Most men. I'm very, very also sick and tired of hearing the idea, oh, there's so much rampant sex out there, Mark. Let me tell you something. Human sexuality has been so shamed that it's as tight as a left brain, egg-headed fucking mathematics student in the fucking tightest conservative school with a board up his fucking ass. That's how tight the whole idea of sexuality is in our world today. So I don't want people writing to me and saying, you're wrong. There's just complete freewheeling what's the word they use for it? Hookup culture. It's hookup culture everywhere. Just nothing but hookups. Like, okay, maybe for like fucking 17-year-olds who like are just 18-year-olds just going into college. They experience that. They realize they're just being fucking used, and then they think the entire world forever is like that. It's like this idea that this tiny little insignificant segment of the population, like they want to make people who have all of these sexual strange, weird proclivities or these crazy made-up genders, like they're like 0.001% of the population, and then they want to blow it up into like, you're denying everyone their human rights. It's all practically 0% of humanity, and no one's denying them their rights. They're just saying, leave the fucking children out of it. Stop trying to force it on the fucking other people that don't have that orientation. And force language out of them. Do what you want, as long as it's consent between consensual adults, and it's not forced, and children are involved in it. I don't have any problem with anybody's sexuality. This idea that hookup culture is some rampant fucking thing, and it's like, it's freewheeling and dealing sex way beyond 1964, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, you're delusional. You are delusional. And no, it's not because I'm not exposed to any other fucking worlds, or I'm like sheltered, or I'm inside all the time. I'm extremely social and I know what fucking goes on. And I'm telling you, it doesn't exist. It's the idea that it exists that is socially conditioned. They don't want real human sexuality in the world that's healthy, that's going to be bearing any more children out into the world. They want you thinking of sexuality as something that you should feel ashamed of, and that you should feel is immoral or evil. And that's what religion is for. That's what all this kind of satanic social engineering is for. That's what the idea of hypersexualizing women, but them not actually having a healthy sexual libido is about. They want population control. They want frustration out in the population when it comes to sexuality. They want unfulfillment as far as human sexuality is concerned, because that actually damages physical health and psychological health. They don't want any actual good, healthy sexuality in human society. They want the idea and illusion of that, which is hypersexualization and the appearance of sex everywhere, but actual sex and actual healthy sexuality is nowhere to be found. Women are hypersexualized in media, in advertising, in pornography, etc. Yet they are actively discouraged from having healthy sex lives through the neo-feminist agenda technique known as slut-shaming. This is a big part of what they want propagated among females, is if you have a healthy sex life, you're some kind of an immoral slut. This is called slut-shaming, and women do it to each other. Men don't even need to do it to women, although some conditioned men go, oh, if a woman's had any more than 4 sex partners, they're a slut. I mean, I've actually heard this from imbecile men. That you're so, and let me disprove this new age bullshit idea. I'll start with this again next week. You haven't slept with everybody that your partner has ever slept with. This is new age bullshit. You want to believe that, you're poisoned and conditioned in the mind. That's not how reality works. That's a pseudo-scientific claim. It doesn't work like that. If you're a fucking strong-minded and strong-willed individual, you remain yourself no matter who you're having sexual intercourse with. Okay? I don't know where this idea came from, but I'm sure it has something to do with Satanism and interjecting that in New Age belief systems and culture so that they make people extremely fearful of their own sexuality. I guarantee it comes from Satanists. And I'll talk about that more next week when we have more time. But to finish this slide, fear as a method of control through media and popular culture is an ongoing theme in both of these concepts of neo-feminism, hypersexuality and the slut shaming or shaming of women with a healthy sexual libido and sex life. That's all the time we have for this edition of What on Earth is Happening, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've really paid attention to it. And I'm going to get into more of how women are socially conditioned in this regard next week, particularly when it comes to telling women that if they have some kind of a healthy sexual life, that they're somehow immoral. And we'll go into that more next week, same time and place. Thank you for watching this edition of What on Earth is Happening. See you next week.